Too tall. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Mia. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. Let me take these glasses off. How are you doing, sweetheart? Like, I was trying to hurry up and grab me something to eat real quick. Um, over there on Paul's live, honey. And I'm like, I got like 3 minutes. Let me hurry up. Oh my goodness. So thanks for coming in tonight. I don't know how many people are gonna be able to come in tonight, honey, because it is 11 o'clock. But people are probably going back to work tomorrow. So with that being said, we shall see. We shall see. All right. So let's see. Hello, Mia. Once again. Hello, Felicia Marie B. How you doing? Thanks for coming. Yes, great job, Felicia Marie B. That was wonderful. I was just talking to Felicia. I'm like, just hung up. She just hung up when I was jumping on live. But honey, that was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful interview and everything over on Paul Amadeus's channel. Yes. Good evening, Grant. How you doing? Look, I'm over here. Look, I'm still trying to get this stuff out my teeth. Oh my gosh. Thanks for coming in, Grant. I still got to get with you, Grant. I had a full day. My husband was home, because of Martin Luther King, and so I hadn't had a chance to get with you. Hello, Z. How you doing, girl? You got me up here like I ain't got no work tomorrow. Thank you for coming in. You love me, yes. Love you too. Love you back, honey. Love you much. Hello, nights, owls. Right, exactly. I would say I don't know how many people are gonna be able to come in because last night they were able to come in because of it being a holiday for a lot of people today. Tonight, it's not a holiday, but I had to make sure I go check on my girl Felicia Marie B. I had to show her some love, honey. I normally show her love anyway, but I just had to make sure I would show up for her, right? Because she shows up for me all the time, all day, every day. Yes. All right. So Mia says, Felicia, I told Delilah and them, but they okay, gotcha. I gotcha, and that's okay. Yes, thank you. Thank you for coming, going to support our sister. Yes. Yes, all night owls, right. Oh, thank you, Mia. Yes, Mia's so sweet, sweetheart. Yes. Hey Jen, how you doing? Thanks for coming in, hon. Yes, yes. Hello, L. Lewis. Hello, hello. Thanks for coming in, sis. How you doing? Yes, thank you for listening in. Hello, Miss Brenda. How you doing? Look, the party has not stopped. We are here together, back together again. Yes, yes. Don't be telling my business now. Don't be telling my business. No, I'm just joking. Oh, our business, hey, Felicia. Oh my gosh. All right. Yes. Okay, you're working out. Okay. Yes. Okay. Get it in, honey. Get it in. Look, I'm over here trying to eat a little bit. I have a little bit more of my little taco bowl or what nacho bowl. Yes. So I'm trying to eat a little something, something. But before I came on this live, look, they had me all up in the chat. I couldn't get my food because I'm all up in the chat talking to my people, loving on my people over at Paul Amadeus's interview tonight with Miss Felicia Marie B. Yes, yes, my mod, my girl. That's my girl. That's my Pookie Pie. Yes, yes. Y'all go check it out. Check it out. And also subscribe to Paul's channel as well as Miss Felicia Marie B's channel. Yes. Paul is very funny. I noticed. Yes. We are here for the fun. Boom, boom. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. Yes, you still talk about boom, boom. Yes. All right. So thank you. Not Auntie Cakes. Auntie, look, Auntie is look, Miss Queen, honey, Miss Low Carb Queen. That's my auntie, honey. She let me, be bad a little bit over on her channel. Yes. I don't be sitting in the hot seat so I can, act up a little bit more. Look, once I get through all this foolishness I got up, in his head, honey, with this fear, y'all will see even more of me. Look, coming out on this channel. Look, y'all always talk about I be taking y'all to church. Like, I can't be taking to church and be, so I say, nah, I have to leave that side of me, to Queen's channel. Oh my gosh. Love the blue top, Kim. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Look, this is not Ayuga. So I was supposed to be, look, let me show y'all my little thing. Hold on. Well, it's like the black one I had on my Ayuga gear. It's this is from Fabletics though. So let me see. I don't know why I got this light off. I thought I was running in here trying to get it done. So here's the little get up. Yep. So let me make sure my breasts ain't showing y'all. Okay, there you go. Them tatas. I don't want them to be showing, flashing y'all. So yeah, that's it, honey. That's it. So I was supposed to be, working out with somebody today, but so I was ready with my little gear on, and we didn't get a chance to work out. Maybe later, maybe after this live. We shall see. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see where we at. Yes. Thank you. All right. Hope I ain't missed nothing. I understand. Yep. Love the blue top. That's where I was. Okay. So Ms. Brenda saying hey to everybody. And Mia says, well, that's the beauty of knowing someone. Right. They can take you to church or take you to school. Right. There you go. Sometimes we need both. Right. Okay. And we can take you outside too if we need to. She said, oh, it was me. So sorry. You good, girl. You good. I'm bothering you. So, y'all, if y'all have not hit the like button, y'all go ahead and hit that like button. I greatly appreciate it. So, y'all, let me let you know, honey, why I was able to get to my first monetization numbers, right? So, the way they have it is, where you the first monetization thing is like a partnership program where you can start getting super chats and other little things. Let me see what else they say. Look, because I'm just getting in on it. So wait a minute, hold on. Oh Lord, I don't even think they show you. Let me see. AdSense, super chats, and some other stuff. Just great stuff, honey. Let me see if I can find the information. But I'm so excited about it. Now, of course, it takes some time. It could take up to a month, honey. They say, for me to be able to do it. But let me see, honey. Let me look and see, because I did take some screenshots. So I'm gonna see if I can find those screenshots real quick. I had already taken it down, so I'm having to look for the information again, and hopefully I can see it. Or if y'all know in the chat, y'all can put it in there too. But I'm so excited. So I have 514 subscribers, because the first tier is 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours. And so I made it to both of them. Look, right before my year is up. So I'm excited about it. Yes, I wish I was at 1,000 to 4,000, because the next tier, or the full monetization, is this is considered partial monetization when you at 500 subs, 3,000 watch hours. But full monetization is 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours. Now, because y'all my people in here, I can talk to y'all about it. So I'm trying to still get that 1,000 and a 4,000. Hopefully I can, because if you don't get there, by your year is up, when your year is up, which means that whenever you put your first video out, the year after, on that day, you will start losing watch hours. Okay. So of course you're trying to, you want to keep your watch hours, right? Because you're trying to get to that 4,000. But, the good thing about it, the more I do now, even if I don't meet the 1,000, 4,000, I still am able to, I'm still able to like recover almost those watch hours if I keep going, lives and things like that. Because when I look at my analytics, it does tell me, of course, my lives, I have better view and watch hours. I get better watch hours from my lives, of course, which makes sense, right? Because we on here a little longer than just like say, an 8-minute video, 5-minute video, whatever. So yes. Plus, I feel a little bit more. I feel a lot comfortable talking to y'all, on lives versus when I'm on the videos. So, but we're gonna work through that too, y'all. We're gonna work through because y'all gonna be praying for me, right? Yes, yes, yes. So let me see if I can find out. I think see they take it off, like they take the criteria off of the thing of the screen when we're once they actually once you get to that spot, then they take it off the screen. So now I can't remember what's the three things that they'll give you. But I know it's like AdSense. Like I can like have a YouTube, say for instance, an Amazon store or whatever. So if I have products that I've been using from Amazon, I can do that store thing, and y'all can click on the link, my link or whatever, and purchase things if y'all see something that I may be using, throughout the year, and you want things I may purchase, I may throw on there and things like that, which I know y'all know because y'all we do follow a lot of people that have that capability because they are much 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 more bigger than my little channel. But I'm getting there. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there when I supposed to, right? So I do appreciate you all so much for helping me in this endeavor to at least make the first tier, which is, like I said, the 500 and 3,000, 500 subs and 3,000 watch hours. So I'm happy about that. I was so excited. I found out right after my live. I think I was already there before my live, but like it didn't hit me, up here. Like I wasn't thinking, right? I saw it. I was like, oh, good. I got 500. But I knew I already had the 3,000 watch hours. But when the 500 came, I was like, oh, look at that. I got 500 watch hours. I mean, subs. But for some reason, it didn't calculate in my head until I got off this live. And when I got off the live, I looked again. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I just, I'm on my first monetization, level. Awesome, awesome. So, yeah, I'm so happy, y'all. So, but I couldn't do it without you all. And I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate you. And I love you so much. Yes, yes. Yes. To the shed. LOL. Oh my gosh. All right. So Felicia says, I thought the lights were off because it was Kim J after hours. Right. Right, Felicia. Right. I'm like, why? Well, what had happened was, when I was trying to rush on in here, from getting my food and trying to, smash that food, right? Then that's when I was like, the lights was out, okay? And I forgot to turn them on. That's what that was about. All right. Zita, right. All right. I see in some lives we can send gifts, right? So you can do that. Super chats, gifts, whatever, all that stuff. Doing the lives on the top of the super chats. Yes, yes. I didn't understand the gifts because I know when I was in Sweet Tea Live yesterday, when I looked at it, it just said 2026. It showed the gift, and then I just clicked on it. It just said 2026. So I'm like, I don't know, because I said, let me click on it to see if it says something. Because you know how we can actually see when people send super chats and how much it is and all that stuff. So I was like, I've never seen a gift. So that's why I clicked on it. Other than that, that was my business. But I thought I was kind of interested that, it popped up with a gift. And I'm like, I wonder what that's about. So I clicked on it, like I said. And then she didn't know what was going on either. So she like, oh, you gave a gift? Oh, that's so sweet. Am I going to get it, in the mail or whatever? Being funny or whatever, just making light of it. But she didn't understood it either. So, yeah. But I think that's neat, Mia. Yes. All right. So Mia says that song was everything. Don't you guys think? Was everyone's name in it? So cool. With everyone's name in it. Yes, yes. She talking about Paul Amadeus' song. His little intro and outro song was really, really nice. Yes, that was awesome. That was awesome. You heard me put my little plug in there. Okay, it was so sweet, but it needs, when you remix it, make sure you put Kim J. Sweet the Life in there too. Oh my gosh. Hello, Burn after reading. How you doing, sweetheart? Thanks for coming in, honey, with this late night crew. So you be burning the midnight oil. Oh my gosh. Affiliate links. Yes, thank you for that. Honey, I'm like, I don't remember what it is, honey. I'm too new to it, but I've been looking at it the whole time, like, oh, I can't wait to get to that. I can't wait to get to that. But then went out my mind, honey. Hi, hello. Let's see who else I left. Okay, I want to make sure I ain't miss nobody. Exciting. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Thank you so much, Felicia Marie B. Hello, Ella. Mm-hmm. Hello, Pammy. How are you? There's a chart of how many different gifts you can give. Oh, okay. But not sure how to earn the points to buy the gifts. So I'm about to look that up. I'm curious with Kim. You guys know how I earned the you guys know how I earned the points? Do we know how to earn the points? Anybody? And if not, we'll find out. I'm a night owl too. Okay, yes. Me too, honey. I told y'all I'm on California time, honey. Even though I'm on the East Coast. Felicia Marie B be having me up all night, y'all. Not for real, not for real. She contributes to it though, yes. Pammy says, I put my red light mask on and about to see if I can remember now to add end screens to a video. Okay, red light mask. I saw you with that on yesterday. I thought that was neat. Red light therapy. Yes. Curious with Kim. Tonight. That's what it is. Yes. Well, it actually kind of was like that last night because, I didn't think about it being that, but it actually became that, right? Because I was curious about, these blood sugars and, how to like figure this thing out. So it was curious for me, right? That was a personal thing, but I wanted to share it with my Sweet Life Squad. All right, so Pammy says, and I look and Mia, I'm planning on sharing even more with you all this year, so you can learn who I am. A little bit more about me, a lot more about me. All right, so Pammy says, hi Mia, do you have to have 1K subs before you can get those super chats and stuff? You have to have 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours to actually get in the program where you can get super chats. Yes. And then you can have your little storefront and all that stuff. So, oh, you know what? Mr. Cal is in here. He may be able to shed some light on it too. All right. Yes, this is the Night Owl Squad. Right. Sweet Life Night Owl Squad. Yes. Hello, Cal. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. Felicia Marie B is laughing. Cal, do you know anything about that? What's the 3 tiers for the super chats? I mean, for the when you have the 500 subscribers and the 3,000 watch hours, the 500 subscribers and the 3,000 watch hours. What's that? What they're gonna offer us for that. I know you way over 500 and 3,000, so you may not even remember, honey. I don't know. Hi, everybody. Happy Martin Luther King. Thank you. You too. Yes, happy Monday. How's everyone? We're doing well. Yes. Good to see everybody. You too. Felicia says, we are curious about Kim tonight, honey. All right. Cal says, speaking of what jars, I just reached my 400. I'm sorry, 4,000, honey. Let me not, take some of your numbers away, honey. 4,000 watch hours. Okay. Awesome. A couple of days ago. Awesome, Kyle. Yay for you, honey. I love that for you. Awesome. Don't you have YouTube Studio? I don't really know. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I do have YouTube Studio, but when I actually found out, I made it to the 500 subs, 3,000 watch hours, and I could apply for it, I went on and applied, okay? And, to be in the program. And so once you apply, then it takes all that information away. So I couldn't remember what it was. I found out I had, hit my numbers last night. And then, today, and it was late last night. So the day I wound up, going in there and I just started clicking the buttons or whatever. So, but I'll find out, honey, Curious with Kim will find out for myself and for y'all. All right. So Mill says, I don't know. I got to coach Mean Reen and I had a bunch of points. Okay, cool. I gave her a gift from, it's a whole lot to learn in the YouTube streets, honey, about content creating and being a support and all that stuff. So yeah. I gave her a gift from the chart and it showed her in the chat. Okay. but I did right, which is what it had, with sweet tea. I forgot who it was that gave sweet tea a gift yesterday, on her live. She said, but I did see I could purchase gems to buy the gifts on there. Okay, cool. That's awesome. That's awesome. So Felicia Marie B is celebrating you too, Cal. Great things are happening for you over on your channel. Appreciate it. I don't know that's no, that's fine, honey. You ain't gotta be sorry. I figured, because I know when I was talking to somebody else about, the earns page, the page that has earn on it in the YouTube studio, they couldn't remember because they had been monetized for a long time too, so they couldn't remember either. So I understand that because all that stuff, like I said, it goes away. Before, when it was like it was locked down, it showed me the information so it could make me want to like push me forward so I can get to that that milestone. But then once I started applying for the partners program, then that's when it wound up going away. I didn't know that because I would have took a screenshot of it. Okay, so Cal says, "Oh, okay, thanks for telling me, but I really did try my best to research as much as I could and try." I know. Thank you for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I greatly appreciate it, Cal. I appreciate you. No, you're all good, but I appreciate you asking me. Thank you so much. he's laughing. All right. Okay, so anyway. Okay, I appreciate it. Gotcha. Yes. Thank you, Cal. Again. All right. Much help. I appreciate you. All right. So anyway, that's for another day. We'll talk about it a little bit more another day. I saw that. Mia says, I know you really was wanted to reach. I go, yes, honey, yes. Trying to make some coins in here. Make me a little couple coins. Y'all, I only have like 300-ish watch hours. 300 or 3,000, Pam? Pammy? And now I can tell. Okay, so look, is this gonna be? Look, this is a Kurious with Kim, but is this we talking about? We gonna finna talk about this? We finna change this like narrative? I'm not sure, but let me tell you this. Okay, so Pammy, in order to get your watch hours, you need to make sure you're putting out a lot of long form videos. Okay, anything over 3 minutes, and really a lot of people say like make sure you're trying to get at least 8 minutes, but there's times when you just don't have 8 minutes worth of content, so at the moment, so you do the 5 minutes, you do the 3, but as long as it's over 3 minutes, 3 minutes and under are considered shorts. And when you're talking about shorts, they have a whole different type of criteria. Okay, you got to get like 10 million views. Unless something goes viral, it may be very hard to get 10 million views on a short. Okay. And you're going to have to probably have a lot of viral videos, that come out in order to get those 10 million. And it's 10 million in 90 days. And you still have to have your 500 watch hours or your 1,000 watch hours if you're trying to get fully monetized. So that's a lot. So what most content creators do, that I know of, I should say, the ones I know, is they try to get that 1,000, 4,000. Okay, to get fully monetized, which means 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours. So in order to get that first tier, you're talking, you need to have 500 subs and you need to have 3,000 watch hours. Okay, again, in order to get those watch hours, you need to do long form videos. Okay, if you do 8 minute, at least 8 minute videos, when you get fully monetized and people looking at your video, you're gonna have ads that's gonna pop up. And you'll give it, your video will be long enough to where you can have an ad at the front of your video, ad at the back of your video, which is going to always be anyway. And then you can have an ad right dead smack, maybe in the middle of the video. Okay. When we're fully monetized, we get money, from that, those ads that's popping up, as well as people watching, the video, the length of the video. Okay. Depending on how long they watched it. So that's how that goes. But if you're trying to get monetized, like for you, I don't know how many subs you have, Pam, but if you're talking about, if you only have 300 watch hours, maybe you need to consider not doing as many shorts, but do, concentrate more on the long videos. and try to make them at least 8 minutes to like 23 minutes or so is what I've heard. Like 23 minutes is a good, amount, because then you may be able to get like four ads on there when you get fully monetized. That means, that could be more ching ching in your pocket. Okay. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit better with that too when it comes to videos. Okay. That's why a lot of people, when they turn on those, those commercials when we on these lives, because that's how, that's part of the way they can, they get paid as fully monetized channels. So yes, start working on that, Pammy. Now it's good still to do the short form videos, but you want to make sure they're really, really good, and really, really talk about what your channel is about, so that people will more likely click on that. And then also you can put as a related video, at the bottom, and then hopefully they'll click on that too and go to one of your long form videos, or even another short form. But I would say put a long form video down at the bottom, so that they can like actually watch your long form as well as that short form, more likely. Okay. So this is how I've learned it. The short form videos, or I'm not the short form, but it is the shorts. The shorts, they are, which is 1 to 3 minutes. They help pull more people in. Okay. Because that goes out to some of everybody. Okay. People that's not your subs, people that are your subs, and all kinds of stuff, all kinds of people. But the long form videos, they are actually going to go out. I mean, mostly your subs are watching it. Now, you could get some traction too because of those real good thumbnails that you're putting out, and the algorithm pushing you out to other people than your subs. You could get some traction there too, new subs and everything. But, that's why I said I like using both methods, the short forms and the long forms. Okay. Because I get subs from both ways and my lives. So that's a little bit about that. Hopefully, this helped you out, the little bit of information I did give you. And I know a lot of people say, make sure you're putting, like I said, a related video on that short to connect it, so that hopefully that person that clicks on that short will also want to click on that long form. Just make sure them shorts are really good to make, to kind of entice them to come on in. Yep. Bring yourself right on in here. Yes. All right. He is at, yes, 4,000 subs too. Mm-hmm. So you saying 4K then? Is that what you're saying, Pammy? You were at 4K? All right. Pammy says, I'm sorry, Mia says, Pam, you keep doing your workout live. Yes. That will help you out a lot. The lives definitely help, because more people, especially your community that really like you, they're going to actually sit on there for a spell with you, right? More than maybe a long form video. And then, all the, the connection back and forth, the interactions back and forth, that helps, engage. People will be engaging as long as you're engaging. They're going to engage. And, the people in the chat, especially with our community, we like talking to each other, learning each other, things of that nature. So we'll be all up in the chat, honey. We be talking about what we talking about on the live, the subject that's alive, and we start talking about other things too, child. So yes. All right, sidebar conversations. So Cal says, yes, I sent some over to you. But over there, huh? I sent some of you over there. Okay, gotcha. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh man, once I hit that milestone, I was so surprised. I was happy all day. Okay. Love blew my mind. I know that's right. Another milestone. Yes. Awesome, awesome, Kyle. I'm so happy again for you. All right, Pammy says, sounds like a good plan, Mia. My grandson was being nosy, but I will work on that. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. How did you get the points, Mia? All right, Cal says, what all depends on how long your film and the video actually, it depends on how much footage you have. If you don't edit your stuff, then that makes perfect sense. If you're just doing like in 8 minutes. Okay. Thank you for that, Cal. Mia says, well, he was being your assistant that night. He was. And Pam, I forgot to ask you yesterday, how is your grandson? Because I know you shared about, his cholesterol and everything was kind of acting up. So it's, everything doing better now. Like, I know y'all was trying to kind of keep him out of McDonald's and, the fast food places, and kind of trying to cook a little bit more at home for him. So how's that going? How's that transition going? Let us know in the chat. Hold up, y'all. I got to turn this thing off. I think that's it. All right. Okay. All right. Cal says, so if you do editing like I do, which I do, I don't even know what most of y'all do editing. Or, okay, he don't know if most of us do editing. A lot of us do editing, but there are some people that, they can talk and don't have to edit not one thing, honey. And then some people, they need to edit and they're not editing. So it's up to the person, of course. Um, yeah. Okay, I got you. I got you, Cal. When you add playlists, when you put your videos into a playlist for people to watch. You right about it, Cal. Thanks for saying that, because I didn't say that. Yes, Pammy. Also, if you put, if you make playlists, a lot of people love watching playlists. Okay, so if you don't have playlists over there, then I would say that, go ahead on and make you some playlists so that people can just click on that and it just goes from there. Okay. They can go from, one thing to the next thing. Because some people like just binge watching, a whole playlist versus just one, and have to keep going through and trying to find, new things to watch. So that definitely helps. Thank you, Cal. See, look at you. Look at you. Look at you. Putting out this information for us. Cal says, I'm pretty sure it does. I'm just not okay, I got you. I got you. All right, Mel says, I was asking the chat because I am not sure, Pam. Person in the live said something about hyping people's videos. Now, when it comes to hyping, I know you can. Now, I don't know about the gyms and everything, and maybe the gym is connected to hyping, but I know when you hype videos up, it's something that's going to come across the screen, and you got the comment section. Then it's going to be, it's going to have three little dots, and then it'll say, sometimes it'll show us hype, and it'll tell you the amount of points you get, and you can click that thing when you click it, and it'll hype that channel up so it can push it out to more people. Yes, and with that, you have to have at least 500 subscribers as well. So I'll be able to get hypes too, y'all. I think I will. But like I said, you have to apply for the program, and then they have to say yes or no, of course. All right. So Pammy says, right, I usually have a mixture of less than 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and on. Okay, so you're doing good then. All right. Hello, Latera. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in. She said hello to the Sweet Life Squad. All right. You have 433 videos. Okay, from a year and a half. Okay, gotcha. But only 380 watch hours. 380. Okay, yeah, you need to get moving. We got to get you moving. We got to get you moving, honey. So y'all, if y'all are content creators, if y'all would love to, share Pammy's channel out, greatly appreciate it. I know at one point, Pammy, I remember meeting you on either Didi's lives or Twan's lives. Because I know you were on both of their channels and you came up, as a guest. And then I've seen you also at that point, I had seen you also on Gina's lives, right? But then I didn't see you anymore. So I know you had come from TikTok, and then I think you came back a little bit to play with us a little bit, and then I think you went back on TikTok, and now you're back again. So, which I understand that sometimes, because you got channels both places. So, yes, I understand that. So, yeah, you just need to, the more you do, of course, the more you get. Sometimes you also can go to chat GPT and maybe like restructure your the words on your titles and your descriptions, and that may help you as well. Because sometimes you want to ask for SEO titles and descriptions, and he can help you with that, chat GPT. And then they have programs, like places that you can actually, get assistance, and you have to pay a little bit of money for it. And I think YouTube even has something like that too, where they can, hype your stuff up for you and promote your channel a little bit more and stuff like that, but you have to pay for that stuff. I ain't trying to pay for a whole lot, until I do get monetized, especially because I don't work. So, yes, it can be crazy, Pammy. All right. 20K so on shorts. Okay, yeah. So you want to go for that, you want to go for, the 1,000, 4,000. Okay. When you want to make a good video and upload it to YouTube, you want to make sure you have a very good title and a very good thumbnail. Yes, Kyle. The good people to click on your video, and you have to have a good thumbnail and title as well. Yes, a good thumbnail. Let me go to this. A good thumbnail, a good title, and a good description. That's what you need, and a good video. Okay, or live. So Felicia Marie B says, "Hey twin." She's talking to Latera. Pammy says, "Oh, so you want at least an 8 minute, but you want really like maybe like a 23 minute. That would be awesome. If you can get like a 22, 23 minute, that'd be even better. Because you want more. When you get monetized, you want to get several. Like I said, an 8 minute can give you at least three commercials. But if you do like a 20 minute, you may be able to get 4 or squeeze 5 commercials in there. Because you will get paid off of the advertisements. You're not gonna get all of it now. You're not gonna get all of it. YouTube gonna get theirs. Okay, they're gonna make sure they got theirs, but you will get some of that ad revenue as well. All right, so Cal says to make people want to click on your content, right? Because I've been hearing that from people. Yes, that's true. That's true. What you've heard is correct. Yes, you want to make sure people click on those videos. Subs are $7.90. Okay, gotcha. So you almost to the 1,000, but you gotta, and then also Pammy, and whoever else is listening is live that needs to hear this information. Now, sometimes, like I said, we may come with the a topic for the night, and I still try to make sure I hit some of the topic, but more importantly, it's about community, and if it's something I think is very important, to talk about, I may kind of sway off a little bit. So for those who really coming in for this topic and this topic only, and they have nothing, they have no care for this this conversation, I apologize. Y'all stick with me for a little bit. I thank you and I appreciate you. Yes, I do. Okay, so don't click off. So anyway, but yes, Pammy, what what was I going to say? Because you have been on YouTube for a whole year and a half, some of your videos are not, they're the watch hours you're losing watch hours. Okay, because you have not got fully monetized yet. That 1,000, 4,000. So with that being said, you have to look in that earnings page. It says earn on the YouTube studio and see what it actually tells you, what have you. But you also can look in analytics and you can see like, how many watch hours you're getting. You're able to go through analytics and find that out. So I can't tell you about how to do that, but through analytics. But yeah, you can go through analytics and find out how many watch hours you have for each video. But like for me, once the 25th of which is Sunday, once it get there, then I'm going to lose some of those watch hours that I had from when I put my first video out January 2025. And it was on the 25th. So I'll start losing watch hours. I may not lose all of the watch hours that I got for that video because sometimes somebody looked at it after on the 25th as well. They may have looked at it this year, trying to find out, well, who is Kim J? Let me see what she's talking about, whatever. And they may have looked at that video. But so I'll still have some more watch hours. But those, I know for sure those that I got that day, they're going to go away. Okay. So what you want to do is make sure, so you won't feel the effect so much, make sure you're putting out more stuff, and more than likely your stuff is now better now than it was when you first started. So you'll be able to kind of recap. Well, let me see. I can't think of the name of it, but you'll get those watch hours back is what I'm trying to say. In a different way. All right, so where am I at? All right, burning after dark. Burn. I want to keep saying burning. Burn after dark says it's interesting watching the algorithm work. Yes, I'm still trying to understand that algorithm, honey. A few weeks ago, it pushed one of mine out, and I got like 7,000 views. It was a 2 week old video, so it was a big surprise to her. That's awesome. That is so awesome. Yes, yes, yes. Like you said, you never know. You never. Hey, Miss Toy, how you doing? Thanks for coming in, honey. Yes, I am up late. You know, I'm an East Coaster, but my time, I run that off of California time. Yes. So yeah, I don't go to bed. It's half time, like 4 o'clock in the morning, something like that. All right. So Eastern Standard Time. All right, so Cal says, when I did my first, thank you for coming in, Miss Toy. I really appreciate you. Cal says, when I did my first of our live stream, I did good at it. Okay, I just kind of got nervous at first, and I don't know what to think or say really because I just don't know. And I understand what you're saying. I get you. Look, when I did my first live, I actually had She Is Tamika come on with me. She so graciously, actually sat with me, and made sure I was okay. So I thank you, Tamika, if you're watching this, this replay, because I know she is in the bed, honey. She got to go to work tomorrow. So thank you, love you, Tamika. And Miss Twan, Tracy Twan's life, she just pushed me just into this altogether and just took me, under her wings. Didn't even know who I was, but she saw something in me, and so she helped me pull it out of me. Okay. So I do appreciate her as well. Can't appreciate her enough, as well as Miss Tamika and a lot of other people. I mean, I don't want to call too many names, because all of you all have been, in what you call, I can't say, all of you have been a very special part of my life. I remember, Miss, and I don't want to see, I'm seeing, I don't want to try to go through all this stuff. Miss Latera, she came in the loud tonight. Y'all been saying hey to her. I mean, she didn't know me right away. She was kind of new to the community, or at least new to when I, started doing my live, my channel. And she didn't come right away. She didn't, I don't think she found me until a little bit later. I'm not sure exactly what month. But honey, she went back and started looking at all my stuff, and she gives me so many heartfelt, comments, and so it just blessed my little heart, honey. I thank you, Latera. I really do. I do. And then she decided to start, her channel. So y'all go check her channel out. She the real deal. She raw and uncut. She don't edit her stuff. She just do her little thing, honey. But you just, when you talk, you just be talking. And it should be coming out, honey. Me, I be having to edit stuff. Let me edit this. I done said too many times. I'm a perfectionist too, so which I'm trying to work myself out of that too this year. Because I know I'm not perfect and I'll never be, right? Not on this earth. So, but I have to edit my stuff. I just want to make sure it's just right, So, and I like putting transitions in there and, having fun and laughing and joking. Then sometimes, like Paul, he was saying, he started looking back, at my videos from before, and he saw like, he kind of shared with Felicia. She was telling me before I got on live tonight, he was like, I see what, the development that she, the things that she's gone through, the growth, and development, what have you. So I appreciate you, Paul, if you're listening, or if you, hear the replay. All right. Editing is the hardest part. Yes, it is. It is, especially if you all in your head and you want to be a perfectionist and things like that. Yes, it could be very, very hard. Yes, and when you do voiceovers too, sometimes that take as long as a video. Sometimes for me, because now with the when I do voiceovers, I can edit the voiceover part too. And so I be chopping it up, let me take the out, let me take the out, let me take the girl, please, whatever out. Yeah. It takes a lot for us to do this, y'all. All right. Cal says, but when I do a normal video, I'm perfectly comfortable. But okay, so you're okay with the videos. It's the lives for you. For me, I like the lives better. And I'm more comfortable with the lives. It's the videos that I'm still trying to work through. All right. I got you. Yes, Kyle. All right. So Mill says, Miss Toy, how are you doing? How you doing? But when I said I had a great time in Toy's live today, Miss Toy, do you mind us saying Toy, or do we need to say Miss Toy? Honey, let us know if you still here. Because I know you on East Coast too, so you might have went on the bed. Um, no, Pam says. Pam says I'm getting hot, y'all. I got a little hot flash going. Um, that's another thing that came back on my 5 when I went back down to 5 milligrams. Hot flashes, child. Oh my gosh, it just hit me like a ton of bricks. Pammy says I only have 791 subs and 389 hours, not 3K. I got you. I realized it as we were, I kept going on this chat. Yeah, we need to get you going, honey. You got some work to do, boo. So Miss Tua said, "How are you, honey?" Miss Mia, hello, Monty. Thanks for coming in. She just did a quick drop in. Was watching the game before bed. Gotcha. Thank you for coming in, lovely. Well, I've been on in these YouTube streets since 2018. Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. I figured you had been in here for a little minute. Like, I know you got 2 channels at least, and you monetize on both of them now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. When you have to restart, it sucks. Yep. But you can do it. Yes. He's giving you, some encouragement, Pammy. Yes. He says, you're welcome. Yes. Thank you, Cal. Again. That boy was sneaking snacks. Oh, such a boy. Right. You got to hide your snacks a little bit better, Pammy. She talking about her grandson, y'all. She trying to help him, get a little bit healthy. He's had some issues with his LDL cholesterol and everything. And so she was trying to help him, better those numbers. So I gave her some tips on that and everything. And some other people was giving her some tips. And, instead of him, she's just trying to do what she need to do, right? They trying to make sure he good. And he over there sneaking snacks. Such a boy. Pammy says he does better at home with his mom and daughter. Okay, gotcha. So we know who the disciplinaries, the mom and daughter sound like it, not the grandmama and granddaddy. Per usual, right? We spoil them, then we send them back home to them. Mm-hmm. All right, Mill says just trying Miss Toy to figure out how these new YouTube features work. Right. Cal says sometimes I do up to 2030 or 40 minutes, 20, 30 or 40 minute videos is what he's trying to say. I feel like some people like the long form videos. Then some people like the shorts. Yeah. So it just depends on the viewer, right? Some people like long, some people like short, some people like both, especially they like you, right? Yes. So I think you just do a little bit of, a little bit of everything. So, you can give, your audience some things to watch. Just make sure it's fun. Yep. And it's interesting. How's your workouts going, Monty? That's a good question, which I normally would have said, but I'm trying to get through this chat. Pam says, Twan told me to do playlists. Yes. So I have been doing that. Yes. She knows a lot, about this, these YouTube streets and content creating and things of that nature. Gave me a lot of good tips. Some I use, some I did not use yet. But yes, she did. She blessed my little soul, and I thank God for her. All right. And same, like I said, Miss Tamika, and just y'all in general. I really do appreciate y'all. Pammy says just started doing that recently. Okay. All right. Yes, try my best to come up with ideas. Yes, you want to be creative. You definitely have to be creative when it comes to YouTube. Creativity is going to really drive the audience into your channels, into our channels. Give the viewers what they want to see. Yes. Yep, all of that to Kyle. Latera says, how are you doing, twin? Talking to Felicia Marie B. Money says, hi, going good. This is week 3 back. I was able to do pull-ups today. Okay, good. Yes. Awesome, Money. I love that for you with the medium band. That's awesome. All right, Cal says, I just like the good people time to think. Oh, you like to give people time to think about certain stuff? Yes. And I just love being who I am. Yes. And I love bringing happiness and joy to the people's mind. Awesome. And that right there is why you got the, that both of those channels are monetized right there. Right there, Kyle. Right there. Awesome for that. Thank you for that. Mia says, sneaking snacks. Sounds like me before Zip bound. Love a good snack. Yes. And you still love your little snacks now. You just got healthier snacks, Mia. Yes. And that's fine. Perfectly fine. Hello, Debbie. The bad A baby boomer. Yes. How you doing, sweetheart? I haven't seen you in a while in my, in my little streets, but I have seen you, on other avenues. And I've been going to your channel every now and again as well. I know you. When I've seen you on your channel, I've seen you. You've been doing well. It seems like it. So I'm happy you come in tonight. Thank you for coming in. Yes, I came in at 11 p.m. tonight. I'm trying to go to live every night, at least once every day. So it'll probably be later at night because I try to be a little bit more cognizant of, people's channels that's been on here, that's been doing this thing, for a while. And I've been wanting to be in their chats, I've been wanting to talk to them. So I do try to go on a little bit later because I'm doing this little extra thing. All right, Cal. Thank you for monitoring, honey. Thank you. Pamela says, I was active on Instagram, but came to YouTube, went to TikTok in 2024 of November, tried that out, but TikTok makes me mad. So I came back to YouTube, and I understand that. And I understand why you feel that way. Hello, Jerlene. How are you doing? Thanks for coming in, sweetheart. I did see that you told me on, in my comment that you want to hear more about diabetes. Y'all hear now? She want to hear about diabetes. She is a diabetic. I'm a diabetic, and she wants to hear some more information from her girl Kim J. Yes, so I get to give y'all some what you want, like Kyle says. Okay, so Pamela says I'm starting to use ChatGPT now too, and I'll get back on Canva too. Yes, both of those are good, places to be. Yes. Felicia says, hey to Debbie. Hello, Paul. Thanks for coming in. Thanks. I know you was, I didn't know if you was wiped out or not, honey. But I know, y'all still, you still got a little bit of time before 12 o'clock. But yes, I love that interview with you and Felicia Marie B, honey. I told them to go over and check y'all, your little interview out, honey, and go ahead and subscribe to your channel. Subscribe to Miss Felicia Marie B channel because y'all are really, really good. Yes. And you're funny. You're really funny. Oh my gosh. Okay, Cal says congratulations on the video. Original 17K. Some views. I guess views. Yep. Still here. Thanks, Kyle. Felicia Marie B. Paul is sending you some love, girl. Hey, Paul. Debbie says that's why my hours are dropping. A year and a half on it. Yes. It doesn't seem that long. Right. This time go by flies by fast, honey. Especially when life be life and you got other things going on besides this channel, right? But yeah. Yep. After that year, the watch hour starts dropping. Okay. Yep. If you're not at your 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours. All right. Cal says it does suck when you get to that nervous instinct of the first time. It kind of sucks you at first, and a couple minutes later, you like it's all good, it's all fine. Then yes, because sometimes, and I think that's what you're trying to say, Cal. And if it's not, I've heard this before. It may. That's why I don't know if y'all have ever seen content creators say, that encourages, new channels. Just drop whatever you can drop. Drop a video, go on a live. If nobody's watching, still, make videos, still create videos. At some point, somebody's going to see you and they're going to like you. And then more people are going to like you and more people are going to like you. And then you wind up finding out, like Byrne says, she said, 2 weeks later, boom, it went 7,000K on her, the views. So that was awesome, Same thing, like Cal was kind of saying the same thing, So yeah, don't give up, keep going. A lot of them also say, even if you think it's not going to be good, still post it anyway. Now, people that have perfectionism issues, have fears, they may have an issue with that, right? and that can slow them down. So that's why I'm here talking to y'all about my fears, some of my fears, so I can, I want to name that thing, put it out in the atmosphere so that I can start working on not, having the fears anymore. Okay. Especially when it comes to videos. Y'all make me feel good in here when I'm talking to y'all. So I can laugh, I can joke, I can have a good time, you know. But even with this, it's more to me. It's more to me. Keep watching, keep watching. All right. So yeah, Debbie. You need to, make sure if you're not at your 1,000, 4,000, yeah, keep pushing, honey. Keep pushing. I still haven't done on live yet. Yes, I remember you saying one time you was I think you was talking to Twan about, and she said she'll help you. She'll let you go live with her. Yep, you should have took on the offer, honey. Maybe the office still stands. Who knows? Not sure. You might want to email her. Pammy says, thank you. Yes, I lost some watch outs. Yes. Yep. But you can regain them. Just keep up the good work. Keep up the good work. Make sure you do as much as you can. Put your all into the video. And then I also hear people say, sometimes when you think it's the worst video, it becomes the best video. People love that video. And sometimes we just real hard on ourselves, right? Way harder on ourselves than, other people. I was talking to Felicia, was that earlier today or yesterday, last night? And I was talking to her about something, and I corrected myself when I was talking to her because and I said, see, this is what I'm talking about right here. Because I was jumbling my words together. And so she was like, you know what? If you never told me, I would have never known that that happened, whatever. Because she's not looking, to see, well, she's not, looking at to critique me and things like that. She's just looking to talk to her friend. And so, a lot of times we know what we should have said and things like that, but other people may not know. I think about it even like, because I used to be in the chorus when I was in school. And when we would do, like concerts and things like that, because I was in a performing choir. We used to do, we would practice and everything for weeks on end, and it seemed like our teacher used to be like, "Y'all, we got to start over, start over, start over," and it seemed like somebody was messing up all the time. But when we got to that performance, honey, it was beautiful. It came out just right. People enjoyed it. They standing ovations, clapping like, and wanting more, wanting more. So yeah, we have to, get out our own way, get out our own heads, get rid of that fear that that we have, and keep it moving. Because perfectionism, part of that has something to do with fear. It's you living with some kind of fear. All right, so Debbie, whenever you go live, I'll be there. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so Burn after reading said I did my first live last week. Okay, I got to go check it out. Got to go check it out. I was so nervous, but it went better than expected. And so when I was telling y'all, yes, Tamika, she went live with me 3 times, and then that 4th time, honey, I was like, yes, I got this, honey. So but it was just the first, it was just the fear of it all, initially. And so when me going on with her, me and her, we talk. So I was, comfortable talking to her. So her being right there with me, that helped me out, and then when she started going live, because she had gone live before, but she wasn't doing it like all the time. So she like, I really don't like going on lives. I really don't like it. I really don't like it. But we encouraged her to do it, so because she was trying to get, a certain goal by the end of the year. And so as far as subs and everything, get more subs and everything. And so I was like, you need me to go on there with you? I got you. I got you. And so that's what I did. Also, I remember back when, and she didn't need my help, she just it's just a little extra little, I guess, nervousness. Yeah, nervousness, because she does very well on live. She does very well. Okay, I admit gorgeous, and all of the stuff that she be doing and saying. Yeah, she can keep a crowd going. Yes. And then her husband, honey, he have us cracking up when he jump on the lives, or say little things in the background. Yes, have us cracking up. 2 peas in a pod. There you are. Hello, Cookie J. How you doing? I think I was going to say something, but I lost my thought. My bad, y'all. All right. Cal says, right. Paul is saying, hey, the Cookie. Cookie is saying her favorite bee. Cal says, if you got a top of to talk about, say speak. Don't wait till the last second. Just say what you got to say. I got you. You know, yep, I know what you're saying. The amount of in my videos stress me out. See what I'm talking about, Burn? You know what I'm talking about. Like, that's crazy. Pammy says, right. Great tips. Thanks. You're welcome. You're welcome. Cal, like I said before, yes, I do have a topic. That's, the topic is, in the video. But I thought this was something that I, would like to say. I'm giving back to my people tonight. So, some of my people. So yes, and I will also give back to the other people that come on for that actual reason, is to hear about, the Curious with Kim. Food noise on GLP-1s, boundaries, biology, or titration. Obesity versus diabetes truths. Okay. So Baby Boomer says, editing takes so long. I agree. Yes. All right, let me hurry up. Laterra says, Kim, you are very welcome and you are a beautiful person. And I thoroughly enjoy your content. Thank you. And I enjoy yours also, sweetheart. I appreciate you so very much. I appreciate you. Yes. Paul on wheels. Pow. I'm here, Kim J. Thank you. All right. Jolene says, hey, Laterra, have checked you out from time to time. Okay. All right. All right. Yes. Cal says, since you were talking about editing, you see, I don't mind editing my stuff. At least I know what I'm doing. I don't mind editing. I just take breaks in between. I love it. He loves editing. And I really love editing as well. I really do. Pammy says, I like how you are in California time. Yes. You see me? Burn out the reading. I feel you. All the I say is ridiculous, honey. It's ridiculous. Okay, let's see what else we got. Hold on. I'm gonna go a little bit. So y'all see the chat, right? So we gonna I'm gonna go down a little bit more. I'm just reading down this chat. Okay, so okay, Toy. Thank you, Toy. Okay, Paul. Yes, he gonna do it live on editing. All right, I will be there. I'm trying to make it there. Yes, yes, yes. Latera says, I appreciate your support and thank you very much. Yep. Yep. It is almost midnight over here, East Coast. Pammy, yes, so many in this community have been so good. And that is so true, Pammy. Thanks for that. And you have been doing good over in your channel. That's why I went in your live like yesterday. Yes. Cal says, I just okay, you had 2,400 subscribers, but it bumped down the one. Yes, so that's another thing. Sometimes it goes back and forth with my numbers. Like yes, last night I had 516, then I wound up having 514 today. So yeah, it does go up and down. I'm not sure why, but it does. Something going on with it. I don't know. Okay, your mountain time. Okay, so you're like 2 hours from East Coast. I think 2 hours, yeah. Okay, let me see. Let me get on through here, honey. Hello, Journey. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. Hello, Miss Laffy. How are you doing? Hot flash ain't no joke. You right about it, girl. Oh my gosh. So that's another reason why it'd be sweet to be able to go back to that 7.5 because I ain't had them hot flashes then like that. I still had them, but it was not as much as when I went titrated back down to the 5 milligram doses of Manjaro. Thank you for coming in, Journey. Yes, I know you have a second channel. Okay, you're not active on that channel. Okay, got you. You have some shorts. Okay, got you. So you might need to get busy on that channel, Cal. Yep, a lot of tips and tricks. Yes, yes. Watch tons of videos. That's what I've done too. And learned a lot of stuff from there as well. I told you already. Twine helping me a lot of stuff. Didi has taught me some things. Like I said, Tamika. Yeah, different people. Different people. I did Stash Cat. Oh my gosh, I don't want to mess that man's name up, but it's another guy that I newly started following, Stash Cash. He actually came in alive yesterday. Very good channel. I've been enjoying his content. He's kind of encouraging new content creators as well. If y'all want to check him out, go check him out. Let me see if I can find his information. Hold on. because he is really good. I may not be able to find it. Oh, here it is. Okay. Well, I know it's on the thing. It says stash cash. It could be some other information, but I know it's stash cash. Trying to see if he got some in his thing, because he helps content creators. I know some of us are actually in his have been following him too. I was trying to see if he had a the link. I don't see the link right away, so I'm not gonna worry about it. But yes, stash cash is his information. All right, let me come back to the chat. He's still helping himself grow. I mean, he's a smaller content creator channel, but he's growing. He's growing. He's helping others grow. So when you try to help somebody else, guess what? God, make sure you're taken care of too. Yep, he will. All right, y'all. If you're down for Kim J, don't forget to show us some love with that like button. Thank you, Felicia. Love your pic. Yeah, that pic is nice. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, and we love your pictures too. Mia's too. Yeah, everybody's. I really think so. All right, so yes, editing and voiceovers. Yes, it could be time consuming. Thanks for the reminder. Thank you, Felicia, and thank you, Cookie, for hitting that like button, honey. Well, I don't know about my second channel. I'll be monetized, but barely not active on it. Okay, I got you, Kyle. Uh-oh. All right, thanks, Cookie. What was Christmas? I'm sorry, wait a minute. Thank you, Cookie. That was Christmas. Sorry. She's saying her picture. All right, hello. How are you doing? How you say it? Iwa Bell? I think that's how you say it. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. Oh, thanks for coming in to the chat too. Not just, in the bushes. You actually came to this chat. So I remember you from Tracy Latoine's life. Thank you so much for coming in. Greatly appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. I only post shorts on the short channel, but I got you. Okay. Awesome. Yep. Put the right hashtags in and titles. Yes. And then I heard with the hashtag today, I was on Calamity Jane, JC Calamity Jane's channel, and her and Amy Loses It and Mariellis, they were on there together and was kind of helping people learn how to use Canva, I think it was. I didn't see the whole video, but how to put the Nightbots on there, use Nightbots, and then it was some other stuff they were doing too. So y'all may want to check that. Oh, and StreamYard. So y'all may want to check their video out as well. Yep. Go on one of their channels to check it out. I don't know if it was just on Jane's channel, or I call her Jane. Y'all call her JC. Her name is Jen, whatever. But JC Calamity Jane. Y'all may want to check her out, her channel. Because I definitely know it was on her channel. I don't know about Mary Ellis or Amy Loses It. But all three of their channels are good, y'all. Thank you, Jerlene. Thank you so much. Love you. Miss Jerlene was her too. Like Latera, Miss Jerlene, honey, she got my back. Just like Latera, just like Felicia, just like all y'all, Mia, all y'all my little, y'all, special place in my heart. Yes, this little crew here. Mm-hmm. Did you see my algorithm video that I filmed a couple months ago? I had not seen that. I uploaded those clips about a month ago and 3 weeks ago. Okay, gotcha. Okay, we'll have to check it out. Okay, gotcha. Yep. Sometimes it just pop up in the head, honey. Debbie says, I'm doing great healing and building my empire. I know that's right, Miss Debbie. I know that's right, honey. That baby says she's healing. That's awesome. I love that for you. I have prayed for you, countless times because in the community, all, in your situation. So I'm thankful to God that you are healing, that you're finding, a way to heal. So that's awesome. That's so sweet. I so love that for you. And then building my empire. Yes. Okay. She is doing the thing over there, honey. You hear me? Yes. Whole new amazing life, Kim. Awesome. Sometimes you got to let some stuff go, honey. Sometimes you got to let some stuff go so that God can put you where he wants you to be. You feel me? And I know it's unfortunate, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes, um, one door closes and another one opens. I just say it like that. God works in mysterious ways, always making us stronger. Yes. Yes, we go through our trials, not just to be going through them. We go through them to become stronger, to also, lean and depend on him even more. Okay. And then, as you lean and depend on him, he's going to make sure you come out of that thing. Okay. It may take a short period of time, maybe a long period of time, because he does, give us, some of us, a gift of, or give it to all of us. We have that way to get the gift of long suffering. Sometimes we do have to suffer long. Sometimes we suffer short. But either way, he does make a way out of no way for us when the way doesn't seem like it's going to be, clear to us. When we feel buried down. Okay, see, we back going to church, y'all. It can't. Debbie did it. Debbie did it, y'all. But I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Praising God with you, Debbie. All right. Cal says, "Oh, I'm really a fan of TikTok, and I do." Okay, I got you. Yep. Uh huh. Yes. 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 Johnny says, I can't believe how on one night of bad sleep makes you want to eat everything, even though you're full and can't physically eat. I got maybe 2 hours of sleep and ate my protein and veggies, but I want snacks. Yes. 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 Sleep can do that to you. A lack of sleep can do that to you. I read up on that as well. Mia says, Debbie, did you have skin surgery now? Okay. Yep. You need to sleep. Having a toddler is, that's true. That's true. Look, we about to have another one running around here. It'll be my grand this time, but yeah, she already talking about you gonna have to keep him sometime. I'm like, girl, Darlene, hey, beautiful. Okay, let's see. Wait a minute, hold on. Oh Lord, there's so many more, y'all. Jesus, let me see. Go back up. Thank y'all for coming in. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. All right, not yet. 2026 is my year for loose skin removal surgery. So we'll be praying for that with you, Miss Debbie. I heard sometimes some people end up deleting some of their clips because they messed up and some of their clips one day talk. Yes, I've heard that too. Matter of fact, I have deleted a video and then fixed the video and then put it back on there. I have, because it wasn't out public. Well, I don't think it was out public yet. Or if it was, it had just became public. So I pushed it back. But I think it was unlisted. And then I took it off and put it, because I found out I had made a mistake in a word, and I took that bad baby right off, fixed it, and then put it back on there. Yep, I did. That's me. All right, Cal says, content creators, I don't know if anyone can help me out with that. Miss Mia said, Cookie, good luck with your surgery, Miss Debbie. Um, that's exciting. Money says, Debbie. The main reason why I can't do live streams, really, my first one went good for the most part, just a hard part, right? Mm-hmm. Because of your vision. Yes. I remember you saying, you have issues with the vision. Yes. That's what really sucked about it, because I can't even read comments that well. And I had to look at it real close, and it really sucks. I got you. I got you. I knew it, Felicia says. You were a choir kid, Kim J. You have a beautiful voice, Kim. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mia says, Yay, Debbie, so excited. Isn't it exciting? It's going to be, baby, we ain't going to know what to do with Miss Debbie, honey. We ain't going to know what to do with her. She ain't going to know what to do with herself. Thank you, guys. A little nervous, but ready to get these 38 longs lifted. I got you, boo. I feel you, honey. I feel you. I'm what? 38 double D. Mm-hmm. And when I lost weight, yes. Yeah. And when as you get older, it goes to the south too. Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. All right. Let me see. Hold up. I got you. I know, right? Felicia with Journey. Journey can sing, honey. Yes. Did I miss that one? Wait a minute. Hey. Felicia, I was too. You was in the choir too. Okay, I did miss that one. Sorry about that. All right, so Jerlene, good evening. Journey, do we need to have you come up here and do a little rendition of something for us? Not tonight, a little, maybe later. But I'm just saying, let us know. Let us know. Jerlene says, "Good night, good evening, Burn." After reading, all right. Monty says, "I was nervous too, Debbie, but it wasn't scary until once I did it. Round two this year." Okay, okay, we see you, Monty. We see you. I got you. You tell me on this other channel. Yes, you will be fine, Debbie. You will be fine. We're gonna pray for you, and prayers definitely make sure that you can. Everything gonna be right. Everything gonna be all right. You're gonna be a little nervous, so and that's okay. That's understandable, right? But you'll be all right. We got your back. Journey says, "Yes, ma'am. I sing." Okay. Do you sing or do you sing, honey? Yes. Cal says, "Oh, you're going to do live stream about editing nights. I have to check." Yes, that would be Paul Amadeus is going to do that, not me. Cookie says, "Mighty round two. You see her? Good for you, honey." Yes. Mill says, "Great job tonight, Paul and Felicia." Yes. Yes, they did. Back at it again. Yes. I love that. I love y'all, the y'all conversation and how y'all connected with one another. That was awesome. It the whole thing flowed. Felicia pollinated the whole live. We was all in the chat, all mushy and carrying on. Loving on one another. That was awesome. It was. Way to go! Congratulations. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Debbie saw your Instagram, honey. LOL, serenade you in a different language, Felicia. Okay, honey. Yes. 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 Make sure I'm in here. I can hear it, please, and thank you. Make sure I'm on that call. Felicia said, "Yes, honey." Yep. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Stash cash is good. Okay. So Mighty said too, Cookie, she needs a lift as well. He can remove the loose skin and bra area, and my insurance may cover arms. Awesome. That's awesome. That is awesome. As long as you're trying to get a lot of good traffic, yes, in your short forms, yes. Yep, exactly what I was saying earlier, Kyle. Nice money. Won't nobody be able to tell you nothing, money. They can't tell you nothing already, but they really ain't gonna be able to tell you nothing then, honey. I got you, Cookie. Yes, and I second that. Watch new stuff and try to figure out what's new. Yes. Yep. Thank you, Debbie. Money says, my best. I'm sorry, Kyle. Yes, that is true. Watching new stuff. All right. Money says, "Thank you, Debbie. My best advice is not to focus as much on the scale, but reducing body fat, strength training." And you've been doing the thing, right? Before you start got that surgery, the first surgery you had, you were in that gym taking care of business. Right. Yes, she has a nutritionist that really sounds really, really good, helping her out. Talk to her healthcare providers and everything, and she is doing a darn thing. Cal says sometimes I hate going to the same places over and over again, and I'm not saying it's better. Um, it's okay from time to time. Gotcha. Hello and welcome in, Iwa Bell. Yes, thank you for welcoming her in, Jerlene. Mine says, and won't Cookie. Right, won't be able to tell her nothing, honey. All right, Cal says, "Are you able to drop his link by any chance? Because I'll be more than happy to check him out if you're able to do that." Okay, so is Paul still in here in the chat? If Paul is still in the chat, or Miss Felicia Mary B, you want to drop his thing in there? Can you drop it in there? Do you know how to do it? If not, it's okay. Mill says, "I heard that today that too many hashtags can hurt." Right. That's what I was trying to say. Thank you for bringing that back to my memory, Mill, because that's the thing I kind of slipped my mind. Yes, today I heard that on Jane's channel Somebody was saying in the chat that you should have like four. They heard four hashtags, no more than four. Some people say you should have no more than six. Another person said they heard that, and then I said, well, what was it? And I was like, well, just do the middle one. Or maybe it was 3 and 6 and do the middle, whatever it is. But try to do no more than four or maybe five at the most, I guess is what they're trying to say. But of course, you have to test your own thing out because you may be finding half, 7 of them, 8 of them in there. These are just suggestions, y'all. All right, Debbie says, thank you, Monty and Kim J. Have a great night, everyone. You too, sweetheart. All right, Cal says, I don't use hashtags and videos at all. I only use one specific hashtag and shorts. I don't want to try to flood. I got you. Yep. That's a good strategy, too. I love you all. I feel like once we all are in a safe environment and in a great community. Yes, I feel like we all call this place our home because we are YouTube family and friends after all. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. This is a delight, y'all. Just trying to let y'all know. A lot of fiber. 10 carbs total, 6 fiber, 3 sugars, 1 added sugar. But it's no protein, no fat, only 15 milligrams of sodium, 30 calories. Not too bad. If you don't you don't want just water. This is good. It's a strawberry vanilla olipop. And it says a new kind of soda, but it does have they actually says 3 grams of it is sugar per can. And it's probiotic too, so it helps with gut health. All right, Journey says I got overwhelmed with all the GLP-1 videos and live streams to try to make it to all and try to watch and support and comment, but it's so hard because there's so many channels. You right about it, honey. I said that in Felicia's live, honey. I'm like, oh my gosh, it can get very overwhelming. And just like this GLP-1, when we, on this weight loss journey, on this better health journey, um, it definitely it can get overwhelming, burnout. Like say if you exercise and say 7 times a week, that's gonna burn you out, right? That can really burn a person out. Some people can do it, but most people, average people, it's gonna burn them out after a while. So it's the same thing with these YouTube streets, and that's just one example. Same thing with YouTube streets. There's so many people out here. We want to support everybody, especially if you have a good heart, and and you just really enjoy people, and you're a people's purpose person. Excuse me. You want to, share your love to everybody, right? But it can be, especially we got so many lives, going on. We have so many, new people coming in to our community, which we're thankful for all of it. But yes, sometimes you may not be able to get to everybody. And, we have to give grace, just like we give grace with everything else, we got to give grace for that as well. Try to come as much as you can. If you can't, it is what it is, especially you got a little baby, and other kids, right? So, amen. Debbie says, amen. Iwa says, Mia says, yeah, I don't create any videos, but I was interested in hearing about what others do. Right. Exactly. I want to support. That's why I remember I used to say, oh, I'm still a content creator supporter, right? Yeah, I want to support. I love supporting, and I want to be in every live, on every video. But I did have to realize, Kim, you got to take care of you. You got to make sure you're doing your stuff too. You can't just put yourself on the back burner and never do anything, because you're trying to support. You gotta, balance. You gotta balance, And when you're new, sometimes, you gotta, of course, put yourself first, try to get yourself out, and then, move forward, and then go and, jump in the streets. I like it when your mama and them tell you, back in the day, they'd be like, you need to get them chores done first, and then you can go out and play. You gotta get that homework done first when we was in school, and then you can go out and play. Yep. And then you come back before the street lights on. Yep. Sometimes you got to do that, right? All right. So Mel says, yeah, I don't create any videos, but I was interested in hearing about, yes. Okay. Kind of see how the sausage is made type of watching today. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. All right, Cal says, "Oh no, you're gonna have another grandbaby. How sweet! Hope it all goes well. Yes, I will. I put out a video about my daughter was pregnant. I'm talking about the same one. If you saw that, Cal. Yep, but this will be grandbaby number 4 for us. All right. Jerlene says, and they're all boys. Jerlene says, praying for you, Debbie Garcia. Yes, thank you for your prayers, Jerlene. Sorry, I meant to say, oh well, you're about to have another grandbaby. How lovely. Thank you. Okay, yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. You see, laughing. I think everybody has a wonderful voice. Thank you. I would say, as long as you're saying something positive about something, it's good. Yes. Yes, Kyle. All right. Mill says, I know that trouble, Miss Debbie. Yep. Tucking in things just isn't fun. True. True, true, true. But guess what? We got a God that we serve or that we can serve, okay, that can help us through any situation, any circumstance. He already knew what was going to go on, right? And he, made sure that you're okay, you're healing, like I said. So continue to heal, baby. You're going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right. I know I've been, I've been in a situation, not quite the situation, but been in a situation where I actually got a divorce, had to get a divorce. And then I wound up, finding my sweet thing, my baby, my love. Yes. And we've been married 27 years and it has been great. Not all great, but it's been, great. I love him too. I love him. I love him. I love him. Right. So yeah. All right. So Cal said sometimes my singing sucks, but I do like listening to music. Gotcha. All right. So you can sing in the shower, Cal. Money says, I'm sorry. Mia says Money knows about skin surgery and she did great. All right. So let's see. Write it the way it's me. Cal is laughing. Pam says, yes, I've had so many issues with music. Thanks, Cookie. Iwa says, Cal says, I appreciate that. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Pammy says, journey of life. I have it and feel the same, especially on Mondays. Yes. All right. Hey, Debbie, I'm excited for you. I'm so happy that I had that surgery. She had a surgery and she happy. Okay. Okay, don't make me mess that name up, Pammy. Mine says, yes, I do. 9 weeks post op, and I'm still learning every day. Research queen here. Yes, me too. Me too, Miney. All right, I just put a specific hashtag in all my shorts. Yes, you said that. All right, Pammy says, there's some good videos on Instagram for people who had skin removal, and 2 of my family got their arms down in December. I heard that from other people, from what some people, y'all, I need some water. Some people have had me, so I'm trying, Cal. Do the hashtags, yes. Payment says they have the support front latch bras with the compression sleeves. Okay, that sounds neat. I think I seen somebody with one of those, and I was like, that's kind of neat. Yep. All right, Journey says, Pammy, you feel me? I watch your videos as well. I just don't comment much. Gotcha. And we thank you, Journey, for whatever you're doing, honey, whatever you're doing. Because I know you have a busy life. You have a life outside of YouTube. Plus, you're trying to, like I said, support everybody on YouTube, and things like nature. And you want to watch other stuff besides GLP-1, and you want to watch Netflix and, other things. So, yeah, you got a whole life, and we understand it. All right, Mia says, I got Otter Pop in the fridge. Strawberry is very yummy. Yes, it is, honey. Thank you for that. Journey, if anyone knows you, you are a mom first, and they should understand how you need to do your thing first. No shade. You're right about it. No shade, honey. Cal says, what type is the soda? Is it cherry soda? No, that is strawberry vanilla, and it's an Olipop. Okay. All right. Pamela says, Mia, which one had surgery? Money trying to remember who Money is. Huh? I don't know what that means. Are you, Cal says, oh man, sometimes when I watch people's stuff, I will leave 2 comments. Gotcha. Sometimes they'll disappear. Yep. I know what you're saying because I've had that too happen. Pamela says, "Oh, that would be great to see how to get the insurance paying for arms." Yes, it depends on the. It just depends on the insurance, Pammy. Depends on what the company and the insurance has agreed upon will determine what if the insurance is going to cover it or not. And like two people can have say Blue Cross and Blue Shields, but that doesn't mean that you both your insurance is they're the same, they're the exact same. So yeah, it just depends. But she can let you all know. Y'all can connect or whatever to find out that information. Cal says two comments just in case something. I got you. We got you, Cal. Yep, we got you. We feel you. Oh my, yes, that's right. Pammy said. Hello, Auntie Queen. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. Cal says it's always good getting new people. You don't always want to keep going like the same old people. Yes, you're right about it, Cal. All right, Queen. Yes, hello everyone in the chat. Money says, Pam, that's me. I had an extended whatever that word is and tummy tuck with no muscle repair or tightening. All right, Pepper says, Money, I'm going to try to get my insurance to pay the most. Yes, you need to talk to your insurance, Pammy. Low carb queen cookies is saying hello. Pammy says going to a consult next month to see which area I can get approved next: arms, breasts, or legs. Yes, get insurance to pay for your arms. Wow, is that possible? I was unaware, Mill says. You heard of Mill. Go check your insurance company out. Pammy says, oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've been hearing not to use too many hashtags too. Yes. You was in our live too with Jane today, Pammy. I think you were. Um Cal, well, I know you were, but I don't know if you were there at that time. Cal says, no, I did not get a chance to say that is it on your community tab. My grandbaby, yeah, I know what you're saying. Yep, I got you. I remember. Mighty says, Pammy, mine paid for the surgery. They cover arms, but I gotta research it and make sure my surgeon will do it with insurance. Gotcha. I gotcha. Yes, thank you. You heard it. I sing in the shower. You ain't heard nothing about me singing in no shower. No, you don't. Cal. Cookie says, mine it seems longer than 9 weeks to me. Maybe because it seemed like you were back in the streets pretty quickly. Right. I'm glad you're doing so well with recovery. And I think too with Monty, she was able to get back in them streets too because, all the things she did beforehand, I think it's helped her so that when she had that surgery, she was kind of already, kind of built, equipped with that strength training and stuff like that, and eating right and things like eating better and stuff like that. Yeah, I think that helped her out a lot too. And then some people just heal faster than others. Manny, Pam says, Manny, how do you think is a Manny, how do you think is a good way to get the arms covered by insurance? I did get one surgeon send it paperwork, and they said all of it was medically necessary, but that doctor wants money first. And most doctors do want money first. Hey, Kim J. She said, sorry I'm late. Good evening, everyone. No, you're fine, Mariella. Thanks for coming in, Mariella. Mia says, she is Tamika got me hooked on cherry splash and Jarrell. Yes, I tried that one day. At first I couldn't find it. The no sugar one, sugar free one. But when I went to Orlando, one day I wound up finding it. And so when I brought it back home, I drunk, some and I liked it. But my daughter drunk almost all of them, child. The baby daughter. Strawberry vanilla olipop, not lollipop, olipop. So take that, let me see. Olipop. 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 Cal. All right, Queen says, and you can get that from Walmart, Cal, if you want to know. Get that from Walmart. It'll be in the section where where the salad dressings, the veggies and stuff like that. That's where it's at. And they have some on the shelf too. All right, Low Carb Queen says, I just called in bed and saw that you were live. Thank you, Auntie Queen, for coming in. All right. Love seeing people bouncing back. I wish you was in here earlier, honey, because you could have helped us with this monetization thing. Let us know some more stuff, because I know you are monetized on both of your channels now. Yep, yep, yep. And doing well. All right, Pam says, love seeing people bounce back after surgery, taking your supplements, nutrition, and walking. Yes, exactly. Yep, you're right, Pammy. Money says some do money, but you have to show like rashes, infections, etc. Be at stable weight. So start documenting. Right. I've heard that, Money. I've heard that. Yes. Make sure you, if you have any rashes, say if you want to get, a tummy tuck or whatever that P word that starts says. But you have rashes maybe under your belly because maybe you had, say, you may have been more obese, or it could be from like surgery you had, maybe had like a C-section or something like that, or hysterectomy or something. They had to go and do a bikini cut, and say if you start getting rashes down there and everything, you start getting irritated, sores and or things like that. Then you document that. You tell your doctor, he started documenting, or he or she, and insurance may be able to pay for it. So I get you with that. Hello, Kim J. Lockout Queen Wave. All right. Let's see what else. Great tips, Miney. Yes, I love this community because we have so many great tips, and y'all don't mind sharing, and we greatly appreciate it. Mary Ella, I was talking about your y'all live today. You Amy loses it, and JC Calamity Jane, y'all did a great job over there teaching people StreamYard, Nightbot, and Canva. I know it was those three. I don't know if it was more. Pam said, that's right, Mia. We are. So I told him to go to y'all channel. I didn't know if it was on your channel, but I did tell him JC had it on her channel, definitely. Pam says, that's right, Mia. We are thinking positive for you and sending healing prayers. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Because Mia just, had some surgery in December. And, excuse me, I know she had a little setback, but she's doing better now, and I thank God for that. And we continue to pray for you, Mia. Queen Felicia Marie B says, Amir says it definitely makes a difference. Yes. Hey, Felicia Marie B. Marilla said, Kyle says you gotta admit people do sound way better in the shower. Yes, now that is true because it bounced off the walls too. Yes. All right. Mia says, yeah, I take pictures a lot to document. Yes, Mia. Good, good, good. So I know Mia is, she has a channel too. She's not doing like videos and lives and things like that, but she is sharing some things that she like some good information over there on her channel. Especially, she's like the queen of like finding deals, okay, for us, on protein snacks or protein drinks or, just a lot of different stuff. Go check her channel out. And show us some love. Matter of fact, everybody in the comments, whoever, y'all can, y'all check each other out. If y'all don't even already know each other. Mine says most plastic surgeons want your portion up front or at least half. Insurance sometimes has burned them. Gotcha. Yep. I can believe that. Pamela says it's definitely a balance. Yes, a balance is important. Oh, okay. You can get that from Walmart. Yes, Kyle. You can get it from Walmart. Walmart or any other superstore. Yes, supermarket. Kim, I saw you walking last night. Get it, girl. Yes. Thank you, honey. Yep. Yes, I did. I got it in today too. Got it in today. Yeah, it's 12:42, so I don't know if I got all of it in, but hopefully I did. If not, I'll catch it on tomorrow or when I get off this live. Low Carb Queen says you're doing great. When I met you, you had less than 100 subs. Yes, thank you. Hey, Monty, Low Carb Queen says, yeah. Oh, Queen, guess what? Your niece son did, honey. She was able to apply for that partners program, the partnership program. Yes, yes, yes. I made it to my 500 subs and my 3,000 watch hours. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. Mariella said, so I was telling them that earlier, and that's how we got on this, a lot of this stuff that we're talking about now. So you know how we do it, honey. We start talking, family start talking, and one thing leads to another thing, leads to another thing. That's what's going on tonight. That's what's going on tonight. All right. Even I had a great topic here. Curious with Kim, food noise on GLP-1s, boundaries, biology, titration, obesity versus diabetes. Truth. That was my topic, y'all. That's what I want to talk about. But I'm good with this. I'm good with this too. Like I said, sometimes you may have to, go to the right or the left or whatever, because I want to make sure y'all good, especially those who have been, in these YouTube streets for over a year and they have not got monetized, and they have good content. So, I want to help them out, let them know what I've learned. And I'm still trying to get to that 1,000, 4,000, right? The 1,000 subs and the 4,000 subs so that I can get fully monetized. My year will be January 25th, 2026. Okay. And so I'll start losing watch hours, at that moment. So I'm trying to get, up some more so I can get further monetized. And not lose too many watch hours. All right, so Mariella says, thank you, Kim. I had a great time. Yes, they are the best. You look like you had a great time, honey. Y'all did a good job. Great job. Queen Money says, hey, Felicia. Queen says, yes, Cal says. Pam says, oh, yes, Money. That's amazing. I've never had a flat stomach or tummy in my life until you going to keep saying that word, Pam. You going to make me keep trying to say it. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. Oh my God. Was it panelectomy? Maybe with plasty, and didn't have to get muscle repair either. Awesome. I just know, look, you and Money. Awesome. Cal says, I don't really know about people in here, really. Maybe I do know some, just not quite a lot. We got you. All right. Hey, we learning each other. All right. Mia says protein items like cheesecake or snacks. Yes, snacks. All right. Pamela says, right. If you go to surgeons in our network too, it's helped so much. Yes. Yes. When you go on in network, it helps because then a lot of times they have made some agreements with them and they can't charge but so much, or they'll say, okay, well, because we made this agreement with you, we'll allow this, this type of surgery to happen. Pam says, Money, I had just subscribed, didn't realize I wasn't sub yet. Wilcox says, congratulations. Thank you, sweetheart. All right. Let me see. Hold on. Go Kim. Go Key says, thank you, sweetie. Mm-hmm. All right. Cal says, I'm getting ready to go to bed. Okay. Good night, sweetheart. Good night. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for, being in the chat. And hope you sleep well. And enjoy the rest of your week. All right. Mia says, pivots. Have a good night, Cal. Cal says, you do the same. I'm probably going ahead, heading out whenever she ends. So, oh, Lord. Hey, congratulations, Kim. Thank you, Mariella. Cheers to 500 more. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Don't waste time on shorts. Drive all traffic to your videos and lives. That's what Queen said, y'all. That's what she said. She said that's what she learned. And that's what's, what worked for her. She was able to get her channel monetized. All right. Stop real quick and say hi. Thank you. Going back to bed. Okay. Thank you, Mariella. Greatly appreciate it. Good night. All right. Cal says it's probably find this crazy. If it could be a YouTube glitch or something, is YouTube's taking subs. I really think something ain't right, Cal. Something ain't right. It could be a YouTube glitch. It could be no telling what it is. Let me get to bed. I'm actually liking athletic conditioning. Isn't at 6 a.m. Okay, gotcha. Because I need to walk after camp too. Gotcha. Good night, sweetheart. All right, thank you so much. All right, good night, Cal. Good night, Money. And wow, rest up, Money. Yes. She be kicking butt, honey. You hear me? I love me some Money. And the things that she says she does, honey. Yep. So y'all, we have talked a long time. I have talked a long time. It's 12:48. So maybe I'll table this talk to the maybe I'll table this talk and try again tomorrow. Yep, because people sleeping now. We are all right here for Kimmy Case. Thank you. Some of us are leaving because they sleeping. These people are East Coast. You got some Central Florida. I mean Central Florida, Central. Of the United States people and things like that. But let me see what I want to say real quick. For those who still on here about this subject, and then maybe, like I said, I can talk a little bit more about it a little later. So curious, Kim, I did look up this information just to see what was said. And hold on. All right. So we knew some of us have food noise, right? Some of us has food noise. And I noticed that more people talking about food noise and they trying to figure out should they titrate up, should they stay down, on the dose they're already on, things of that nature. So I want to talk about it with you all. And it's a good subject to talk about. It depends. It just depends. Sometimes you should, sometimes you shouldn't. Okay. Um, the question is, have you made better habits? Have you created the habits that you need to create naturally first before you decide that you really need to titrate up? Um, when it comes to food noise, you want to make sure that it is actual food noise and not like just a craving. Because it's okay to have a craving. We're gonna have cravings at times, but cravings, just the regular cravings, are different than the food noise itself. Um, so why the question matters when it comes to food noise. Are we supposed to fight food noise or listen to what it's telling us? That's the question, right? And to set, to try to just think about it. Food noise, just to let you all know, that does not mean that you're failing. Okay, that does not mean you're failing. Just want to let you all know that I don't really suffer with food noise, but I do want to help my community because I do hear people crying out about it. Because you want to do good. You want to, have better health and things that of that nature. And so I hear your cry. So I want to talk about it with you all. And like I said, I'm not going to be able to go into deep off with you tonight, but I did want to just kind of talk a little bit about it. And then I'll, talk about it another time. But let's just talk about, what food noise is real quick. Food noise is intrusive, repetitive thoughts about food. Because I remember there was a couple of people saying, well, what is food noise? What does that really mean? So it's intrusive, repetitive thoughts about food. Like you always think about food all the time, constantly, and we may have cravings. Like I may say, okay, I want a piece of cake. Okay. I see the cake. I would love a piece of cake. But then after I, get a piece of cake, then I'm not gonna think about it no more. I'm not gonna think about any other food anymore because I've already eaten my dinner and then I've got my cake. Right, as a diabetic, I need to eat that cake last. Okay, I need to front load with my veggies and my meat, and then I need to eat my cake. And it's okay to have the cake as a diabetic. You just have to be careful how much cake you have at one time, at each setting, and how many total carbs you're eating. Okay, so say I'm a diabetic, which I am. Okay, I've eaten my protein, my veggies, and then I have a little carbs. Now I may decide I don't want, the carbs like a rice or whatever, because I'm gonna have this little cake that I want to have. Now, like I said, once I eat the cake, I don't want no more because my body has been satisfied. Okay. But there are people out here that do have food noise. And when they have food noise, sometimes it's extremely loud. And sometimes, it's loud, but it's you have the will to kind of say, okay, nope, I'm not doing it. The GLP-1 medication is there to help us with that food noise, to quiet that noise down in our head. Okay, that intrusive, repetitive thoughts of food down in our heads. Okay, and a lot of times it does, and then after a while, sometimes the food noise come back, and then if it comes back too hard and too much, initially you was using willpower to kind of say, okay, I got this. I know I don't need to eat this. I can't eat this whole cake. I can't. Even though I want it, I just can't eat it because that's too much. It's going to be counterproductive if I eat the whole cake. Okay, and then eat something else as well. So with that being said, you know, you want to with that, if you're having that where you still wanting more and more and more, then that's, that let you know that food noise is getting a little, um it's kind of making you, um what I want to say, it's making you think more and more about food, and then sometimes you'll get to the point where you go back into that, loud food noise, and so you need to talk to your doctor about it, and you ask, them to find out if you need to titrate up. Okay, sometimes it is that you just need to do that. It's time to titrate up, because you can't handle the food noise that you're having. You cannot, and you don't want to white knuckle it, which means that you don't want to, sit there and try to ignore it, and you can't ignore it, right? Because it's so heavy on you. Sometimes it gets to the point where it will, you know, make you just gorge out on all kinds of food, right? Because you can't get that and you still want that. So with that being said, yes, you may need to try trade up at that point, But if the food noise is not that loud to you, you may be able to, decide, hey, I'm good for now. I'll go ahead and stay on this, this dose that I'm on, and then I will, find other things to, get me full, so I won't even have to think about, that cake anymore. Okay. And the way you do that is you will make sure that you are, eating enough protein. Gotta have your protein, y'all. You need to eat enough veggies in, get you enough veggies in, and that's going to help you out. That's going to help you out a lot. Get some good quality carbs, those complex carbs, which I would talk about in another day, and things like that. And that may make you full, because you're using the GLP-1, we already get full quicker anyway. And so you can't even think about that cake anymore, that slice of cake, if you're making sure that you're fueling your body with the good things, with those things first, the healthier things that we need. And then that way you may not want that cake anymore. So that's sometimes what you have to do. And and then that may, reduce that food noise again, the little bit that you have that's coming back. But if it's like so loud that you just cannot, no matter how much you eat, and do the right things, and it's still extremely loud, then you definitely need to talk to your doctor about it. And you need to see what, is best for you, or your dietitian. They can help you with that, rather, and you need to let them know everything you're going through. Write the stuff down before you go to that appointment, so that you can talk to them about all the symptoms you're having and what you've been eating, and making sure that it's good, healthy foods, and then say, hey, I this is it's too much, because if you try to white knuckle it too much, and it's still, like I said, it can be counterproductive for you. So that's kind of, what I want to say tonight about it. I can go into more detail about it. I'll probably do it tomorrow, so I can go ahead and wrap it up. But yes, that's what it is. Let's see where I'm at. That's what I'll leave y'all on that note, if unless you have some more stuff to say about it. And I'm talking about the subject itself now, so we can, good night, good night. So I'm gonna go into, let's see if anybody's talking about the subject. Okay. Yep. Yes. Yes, Mill. Queen says, I thought I heard you say you were going live every night. Yes, I am, Queen. I was watching the replay. Yes, I did say that. I never had full suppression. Okay. Gotcha. And some people will never have it, on the medication that you're on. So you may have to go to one of those other medications, also. So you make sure you talk to your doctor about it, Pammy, and see what you can do, or you may have to take another supplement that helps you as well, but your doctor is, who you would want to talk to about it, if you're still having issues. But I know you're in maintenance and everything, but even though you're in maintenance doesn't mean that the food noise just go away because you're in maintenance, as far as weight loss is concerned. So yes, make sure you're talking to your doctor about it. Again, I'm going to talk a little bit more about it tomorrow. I can go in a little bit more depth about it. So when we come tomorrow, y'all, we're going to try to stay on subject so I can get through it. Cause I pray that, whoever came just for, that subject, that they come back tomorrow. I greatly appreciate it. Give me some grace, like I said, it's some things that I want to talk about tonight, or what have you, to make sure, these, the people that are trying to get monetized and they may be up on a year or they've already been monetized, that kind of made the conversation kind of go a different way tonight. And that is fine. Sometimes that happens. And I was here for it. And I thank you for staying here. And I hope you come back. Low Carb Queen says, I'm definitely titrating up. Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yep. I got you. I got you, Queen. I got you. All right. So Journey says, and I know some people say, well, when you get to 15, what do you do then? Well, if you get to 15, which I know you'll be going to 15, Queen, then, and if for some reason, the food noise come back, it goes away for a while and come back, again, then, you, of course, again, talk to your dietitians about it and your doctors or whatever. And, they may have to, subscribe some, prescribe something, different to help you with that, because of course on Manjaro, which is what you're on, it only goes to 15. And we know no telling when Retta True Tide is going to come and some of those other things that they have, that they're trying to make now. Journey says, for anyone that drinks protein shakes, Oikos is on sale at Costco, 18 for $22. Awesome. Thank you for that, Journey. Now, Queen, also, just make sure you eat enough protein, honey. You got to eat your protein. Because I was looking at some of your stuff and I saw your protein sometimes be down, when we were talking, you on your lives and stuff like that. So make sure you try to, front load with protein and veggies, and then see how the food noise is too before you go up to that 15. See how the food noise is at that point. Okay. And if it's still there, you got to go up. You got to go up. It is what it is, They'll find something to help you out if for some reason the 15 doesn't, do like you want it to do. That the medication is there to go up if we need it. Just free on that, just free on that. So do what you got to do. All right, for that best serves you. We can say all we want to say. You got to do what you got to do. All right, so Cal says, thank you so much. Having a good night. Good night again, Cal. All right, Mia says, I would say you have to fight it some. It comes back later. Yes, yes, yes. I think at the beginning, if you have that, then you may have to, you may want to fight a little bit. You got a little fighting. You want to fight a little bit, right? With the food noise, okay? Because sometimes you will win that. But when it gets overbearing, then that's when you have to say, wait a minute. Am I just white knuckling it just to be white knuckling it? Or do I really need to go up? And like I said, talk to your doctor about it. And I get into more detail with it, because I did look up some stuff, some reputable sites to talk a little bit more, just to really go in more depth about it. But I don't have time tonight. It's too late. It's 1 o'clock. All right, Jerlene says, I just went up to 7.5 Manjaro. Now appetite suppression is too great. And sometimes that happens, that does happen, Jerlene. Sometimes, and actually, I'm going to tell you this. I'm not sure if you follow Reset with Anissa. I was looking at her video today. I think it's one of her latest videos, and she was talking about, which I thought was a great topic. She had went up to 10 milligrams, and for some reasons or whatever, and it was, it was a bit for her, as far as suppression is concerned. But she found ways to still get her calories in, and that's what's most important. If you can find ways to get your calories in, that works as well. We can talk about it a little bit more tomorrow as well. Just finding ways to get your calories in, even if you do go up, because what you don't want to do is go up, titrate up, and then you can't eat. That's what you don't want to do, because again, we don't want to lose muscle, and we want to make sure we front load with our protein and them veggies. Okay, especially if we're on Manjaro. That helps you not crave the sugar and the snacks and things like that nature, which is a lot of times why we do wind up getting the food noise back too. If we're eating too many snacks and sweets and things like that, then it can trigger that. If we're not getting enough sleep, that can be a trigger for us to have food noise again, for it to return back. But again, I I digress. I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit more about it tomorrow. Y'all come back. I'm just giving y'all a little taste. All right. So Pammy says I will have cravings, and if I eat something sugary, I will crave. See, right there. I did not read your comment, Pammy, but amen. I eat protein and fiber and have just a little like chocolate chips to help that craving. Yes. Yes. And because you're full from the, your protein and fiber and then therefore you can have just a little bit and it can satisfy you. But again, if that does not satisfy you and you still having, overbearing food noise, then you may have to titrate up. And it is what it is. It's okay. Felicia says, thank you for hearing my cries about food noise. You're so welcome. Journey says, Jerlene, I feel you. LOL. I had to go down on 5 this week. And I'm going to tell you, I remember Felicia saying, in her live, and we've talked about it personally. I think she said Gen F. Y'all know Gen F. She was like, one day, I guess when they talked, she was like, well, you're not going to get no hero cookie or no medal or nothing for staying on that, that lower dose of the current dose, and you're not gonna get no medal or anything, going up. Okay, nobody can give you no atta girls. You ain't getting nothing really. You're just gonna get whatever medicine you need, and you're gonna keep it moving, right? But it's no need to be in turmoil, trying to stay on a medication, that current medication, and you really need to go up. That's why I want to talk about it, because it's reasons why we should and it's reasons why we shouldn't. So let's talk it out and try to figure out if this is what you really want to do. I'm not a doctor. I forgot to put my banner up. Yeah, I'm not. Let me see. Hold on. This is a disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. I'm just, a concerned, YouTuber, community member, and I'm concerned about my, my Sweet Life Squad and the rest of the community. All right. So, and even though I may not, have the food noise like other people have or whatever, I'm concerned about you. And so when I hear something like that, I'm like, you know what? We can do this on Kurious with Kim. We can talk about it, so that we can work it out, together. Sometimes you just need to have that conversation. And, sometimes when you talk to somebody else about it, you may get, good things to think about before you decide, because it's your personal decision. You get the last, say. But they may come up with some things, especially if they love you, right? They may come up with some things that you may not have thought of first. So that's why it's great to be able to get in these lives and talk about it and things like that, talk it out, versus maybe the videos. Sometimes you can get that feedback on the videos, but you really get it in these lives. So I just want to talk about it. And I know my auntie Queen, she was wondering if she needed to titrate up. And I'm like, yeah, this is something we need to talk about. Miss Felicia Murray B, y'all, my love bugs, y'all want to, Felicia titrated up to 10 milligrams because she had fought for a long time, long time, 9 months on 7.5 milligrams of Zepbound. And she decided to go ahead and go up to 10. Yep. And she's like, I fought. I did a very good job fighting it. But at this point in my life, it's time to go up. And so she did. Mia says, yes, Pammy, I use mini Oreo or mini chocolate chips to get that kick in there. Thank you, Mia, for that as well as Pammy. That's awesome, y'all. And then sometimes like doing maybe a shake that's like, really, really good protein shake. Sometimes that can help with the sugar cravings as well. So because it has a protein and a sugar and and some carb, a little bit of carbs in it and some fiber, that may kind of, help you a little bit more. That may help you not have to go up. And that's the kind of stuff that, Felicia Marie B, I know that she did. She would do stuff like that. She would make sure she front load her protein, getting enough protein in, getting enough veggies in, some veggies in through like, she's not really a big veggie person, but, she does the green juice and things like that. And, she'll tell you on her channel, honey. But, she makes sure she get that protein in, and that helped her a lot to be able to fight through, and so she won't have to go up because she didn't want to go up so fast. And then she stuck at 15, and then now where? You know, and what if she's not, at her goal weight yet? And then, she's at the top tier. Now what to do? But again, she had to fight. She fought it. She decided to fight it, and she did. She did a great job. Great job. She's 30 pounds down now from her starting weight, and yeah, a lot of that time was on 7.5 milligrams. But now she decided she need to go up, and that's fine. All right. So Pam says I do have less food cravings and suppression on 7.5. It did change for me when I was on it before. Gotcha. I gotcha. Yep, and I did too, Pammy. When I was on 7.5, it was a little bit more suppression than it is on back on the 5. But my blood sugars was more important than the weight loss part of it. Jerlene says I suffer severely before Manjaro. So grateful for this medication. Yes, exactly, Jerlene. I was saying that last night too. I'm thankful, for this medication because it's helping, especially you and I and some other people, Miss Low Carb Queen, a couple other people in this chat, with type 2 diabetes. But then we have others in the chat that's on Zepbound and it's helping them, just like they said it would. And even though we may have some side effects to it, the benefits outweigh the side effects for us. And so we do what we have to do. But again, like I said, I want you all to make sure that you're trying to get to a point where you're eating more whole foods. Because that helps also when you're eating them whole foods and everything, that can help you too. And maybe you don't have to titrate it up as quick, whatever, especially if you have a whole lot of weight to still lose. All right, so Pam says, yes, Mel, that's what I mean to like chocolate chips and that, right. That's she's agreeing with you, Pammy. So she gets it in the protein waffles, add some chocolate chips to that. That's a good. Also, or just do a snack, and then she's fine. Awesome. All right. Journey of Life says yes, so grateful. Yes. All right. Pammy says I could make sugar-free chicken pudding. Chicken pudding, but I like the crunch. I never heard of chicken pudding. Yeah, Journey like chicken pudding. I'm like, huh? All right, Mia says, Journey, I don't have a Costco near me, but that is a great price for Oikos. Oikos. I enjoy those icy cold. I don't know. All right, so Journey says, yes, Mia, I don't drink them because they stall me, but my kids love them. Awesome. Okay, see how that goes? Mia can drink them, but Journey's like, I can't drink them. And because we're all different. We're all different. Miss you, Mariella. Jerlene said, and I think she left for the night. Miss Jerlene, she had to go to bed. All right. So Cal says, bye, everybody. Bye, Cal. Thanks for coming in. Mia says, Journey, what's in them that makes you stall? Queen says, question, do you think there is a difference between food noise and cravings? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do think that. I think it's a difference. Again, and I don't know if you heard me, or I don't know if I answered the question before or not, but yes, there's a difference between food noise and cravings. And let me just go to another little site. Hold on. Because it did talk about that. Let me check and see if I can find it real quick before. My computer is running real slow. Let me see. Okay, it's not there. Hold on. And I'm one that likes, kind of giving more factual things versus, my opinions about things. Or I'll give the facts and I'll give the opinions. So the Kurious with Kim, we'll be looking up, stuff online as well. Okay. So cravings are intense, specifically desires for certain foods, often short-lived. That's the thing. It's short-lived and it's triggered by cues, while food noise is a persistent, distracting mental chatter about food. about the rules and the timing, like an intentional radio you can't turn off, often arising from restriction or stress, making decisions, making difficult, and occupying significant mental space beyond just wanting one item. Cravings are a part of food noise. Okay, it is a part of the food noise, but it's not food noise. But the noise is broader. Okay, the food noise is broader, more overwhelming precaution that can disrupt daily life and isn't always about a specific food. Okay, so cravings, they say the nurture, um, it's a sudden tense urge for a specific food. So like when I say a specific food, so you remember when I said that cake that I may want, okay? I may want that little slice of cake or whatever. So I make some adjustments so I can have that cake. I did have that craving for the cake because the cake is there, but I don't want to, like I'm not like thinking about intensely thinking about it and I can't get it off my mind ever. When I had a little slice of cake, for that craving that I had, then I'm done. But for those who have food noise, especially when it's really, really loud, it's persistence. The noise is persistent in your head. It's distracting, for your mental, okay? And the chatter is in your head and it's like, oh my gosh, I cannot I keep thinking about it. I can't stop the noise, like lower the noise, Lord, because it's, too much. It's too intense, right? That's what it is. But and then they said a trigger for cravings is external cues or internal feelings. The resolution for that is often resolved by eating the food, distracting oneself, or satisfying general hunger. So if you're hungry, which you should be on this medication, the medication was not designed to take the hunger away. The medication was designed to reduce the food noise and reduce the appetite. And it may get rid of the food noise for some, but like I said, there are some people that still have like the suppression is not all the way gone. You don't want to not eat. You want to eat. Okay, you want to eat your food, and you don't want to just take supplements only, unless you just absolutely have to. And the doctor says it's okay. You want to make sure that you are eating. We're supposed to eat. Our foods. We're supposed to make sure that we fuel our bodies. Okay, just like when you go to the gas station, or when you have a car, your car needs fuel. Now you can use regular unleaded, you can use, 97, 93, it's different. It's like 3 different grades or whatever. You can use whatever grade, whatever your car manual says, right? But you got to have some kind of gas to move that car. As long as that car is working and you need to go from A to B and you want to go back to C and then back to A, to get back home, you got to have some fuel in our body. Same thing when it comes to food. We have to have food is our fuel. We have to have food in our body. And we can't just eat, I'm eat 3 bites and that's it. We have to have more than 3 bites of food. So if you're just eating 3 bites of food and you talking about titrating up, or like eating like a little baby, the little baby portion of food, and you talking about you might not need to titrate up. Maybe you need something else. So that's why you have to talk to your doctors about it, and see what they can, help you with. Yeah. So that's that. Okay. So, Jen says Eli is coming out with the higher doses. They are coming for all our money. Don't you worry. Don't you worry, Jen says. Right. So yes, but until you get to that point, and she's also telling like I said, if you got to go to that 15 because of the food noise, because you're not you're gaining weight, or you're not losing weight anymore, and things like that. Those are a couple things that we have the indication to say, hey, you need to move up. It's time to titrate up. But we need to make sure that we're eating. We need to make sure we're trying to eat, y'all. Don't just titrate up because you like, I don't want no noise. I understand why you may not want that, because you have, for so long, you have eaten, and it, have made you have sicknesses, diseases, or weights or whatever on you, but you got to eat something. You have to eat. I mean, just think. And then we talk about strength training. You can't be exercising and stuff like that, and you can't even strength, or in strength training and everything, and you're not eating nothing. You got to make sure you're eating something. and you want to go to that TDEE calculator, and you start there, and then see what they say you need to eat. Check the macros out and try to eat what you're supposed to eat. Okay. And if you're struggling with that, then I don't know about that titrating up. All right, so Low Carb Queen says, all right, Kim, we will pick it back up tomorrow. Okay, great. All right, Queen has stated it. Auntie has said, pick it up tomorrow. Queen says, exactly, Felicia, no reward for staying. Right. Journey says, I think food noise is a voice in your head continuously telling you to eat. Yes. And think about what else you're going to eat while you're eating. Craving is, I can have a piece of chocolate and shut it down. Yes. So look, our queen says people are making their own decisions about titrating instead of listening to the doctors and professionals. Yes, that's true. That is so true. Um, Pammy says, because some people they'll say, I'm gonna go to a compound because my doctor said I can't have it. I shouldn't titrate up. So they'll go to compound pharmacy and find, somebody online to be able to give them the medicine or whatever, so they can titrate up, or they play back and forth from regular medicine to compound, just to kind of suit their own needs or what have you. Because some people just do it because they want the weight gone, because they had it so long. But that's not the healthiest thing to do. You need to make sure you're talking to your doctor about it before you do any of these things. Pam says, I no, y'all, I have noticed that I have less food cravings when I am hydrated and eating when I should. Yes, Pammy, that's so true. Queen says, I choose to stay at each dose when my PA asks if I want to titrate up. Great. That's me too, Queen. Me too. I'm like, I just went up. I don't want to go up no more. Like, pump your brakes. I love you, Kim J. I love you, sweetheart. You're welcome. Journey says, Mia, I have no idea, but I'm not the only one. I found out today from two others, it stalls them as well. Yes, sometimes it stalls you. Yes. Especially if you're not eating a lot. If you're not eating what you're supposed to eat, it is going to stall you. It's going to be harder because that body going to be like, when am I going to get the next meal? So it's going to hold on to everything with dear life, because you ain't giving it enough to even do what it's supposed to do. That's why some people passing out. You got people sugar going down that don't have diabetes. You having headaches and all this other stuff, tearing up your body because you're not eating, because you're just trying to get that weight off. You got to be careful. That's why I always say better health. Y'all, Sweet Life Squad, better health. Better health is first. I want to get the weight off. And I can talk about it now for sure, because I want to get this weight off. Okay, I did go up some in weight. I want to get this weight off, but I got to do what I got to do for myself, for my health. Okay, what's most important? And right now, it's some low sugars. We got to get that back under control. Okay, so got to do what I got to do. Got to take one for the team. Cause honey, I don't want to fall out, pass out, and then can't open my eyes again. All right, so Felicia says, I can't stand veggies, and it's okay. It's okay, boo. But you get your green, juices in, your green drinks and stuff. So that's still getting veggies in. Okay. Local Queen says that's one of the reasons why the UK loses more quicker, because they titrate up quicker. That might be. That might be true. That could be. And sometimes it's all right. And sometimes it's not right. It's not all right, So Mia says, my professional gave a lot of options for when Zepbound doesn't help me enough because of how much I have left to lose. 90 pounds after already losing 170 pounds. Gotcha. Yep. See? So she's can attest to it. Mia can attest to it. Hello, Shiny. Thanks for coming in, honey. Look, I'm trying to wrap it up, y'all. All right, so Pammy says, I hope you're doing well, Shiny. But Pammy says, oh yes, got low blood sugars. More important to control. Yes, that's more important. Yes, Pammy. All right, Queen says, hello to Doses of Shiny. All right, Mia says, it's not the milligrams of the medication, it's the amount of change you make to your diet. I lost more on 2.5 than 15. That's another thing. Thank you, Mia, for that. Mia has a lot of good information in her head of hers. I wish you can come on and just come on, start talking about it, honey. Come on, get the videos out. I wish you can. Um, you know, can you write some stuff? Can you write out some stuff? And put it on the, not just, I know you be posting our the little, you know, savings things that we can do, how we can save. But can you write out some stuff? Or what about, can you do a, what you call it, a faceless channel for a little bit? I'm just suggestions. hmm Not all the time, but every now and again, just pop in, pop back out. Get an AI. You can have an AI, and do it. You know how Hajreen do hers. Yep. Sometimes, yeah, that'd be good. That'd be cool too. You got a lot. You got a lot of information in that brain of yours, and you have done a great, great, great job. All that weight, you definitely got something to tell us. So Pamela says, "Oh shoot, that was chocolate, not chicken." Oh, okay, honey, because we like chicken. We ain't understand that. Mia says, "Chia, it's crunchy." I'm confused. All right, Queen says we have to accept that everyone's journey. Exactly, Queen. Everyone's journey is different. Everyone. And when I talk about this stuff, I'm not picking at nobody. I don't want nobody to feel any way. I don't want to shame nobody. I don't want to, make judgment on anybody. Again, you got to do what serves you best. I say that all the time. Do what serves you best. Talk to your doctors. They can definitely. It's a touchy subject. Because I understand. Like I said, with me, I want to lose. I was at a lowest weight of the 177. Then I wound up going back up to 190. Okay. And I'm like, what is going on? I started getting hot flashes again when I had to go down on 5 milligrams. I didn't want to do that, but I knew I had to do it for my health. I had to do it for, when I say my health, I'm talking about my sugars. When you go to the doctor, say if you, have to get surgery for some reason. And, with people that have kidney disease, which I do have that, they say you should not, stay away from, ibuprofen. Okay. But I had to have surgery and they prescribed me ibuprofen. Okay. But that surgery at that moment was the most important thing. So that's, so they did the surgery and the ibuprofen is what they needed me to get. And so they gave me that for pain medicine. Okay. I had something else too, but I also had the ibuprofen. And so while normally I don't supposed to take ibuprofen, for that moment I needed it, whatever. So, but the most important thing at the moment was me having my knee surgery. Say for instance, my knee surgery. Yes. Even though I may have had, some other issues. So, they ruled out all the things, to make sure that, okay, is her kidneys going to be okay? Is it going to be able to, withstand the surgery, which is more important, is, her heart good enough, as far as blood pressure and stuff like that is concerned. Let me go do an ECG on her, and make sure that's okay. And she'll be able to withstand surgery and things like that. So they look at, what's most important at the moment. And so that's why sometimes doctors won't titrate you up, because they're looking at what's most important for the moment. And so for me, even though my doctor knew I needed to go to 10 milligrams and he was wanting me to go to it because I was having those low sugars, he like, I can't do it for you. I can't go up. And I wasn't asking for it, but I'm just saying, that's what he was like. That's what his position. So he said, you know what? We're going to have to titrate you back down. You tried all the things that you tried and it wasn't working on that 7.5. It still was having low blood sugars. So you got to go down, sweetheart. I'm sorry. The weight loss may have to get put on hold. So that's what I had to do, and I had to, sit with it or whatever. And I still feel a weird way because again, I don't want to go back to 200 pounds, or what have you. I don't want to do that, but I had to do what I had to do. So again, you have to do what you have to do, sweetheart, and I'm going to be with you right behind you. Okay. All right. And anybody, I was just talking about Queen, but anybody, like you said, everybody's journey is different. All right. So Journey says, Pammy, I was just pulling your leg. Right. Low Carb Queen says, you just said it, Kim J. We are all different. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right, Mia says, I was forced by insurance into titration at certain points. Yep. I've heard that too. I've heard that too, especially earlier in the game. They was like, every 4 weeks, you got to go up, you got to go up, you got to go up, you got to go up. And yes, a lot of times you do lose a whole lot more weight like that. But a lot of times you also lose a whole lot more muscle like that. You know, it could happen as well, especially if you're not, strength training from day one, whatever. And some people can't strength train right away. Some people have to wait or what have you. But sometimes rapid weight loss, it can cause us to lose muscle and things of that nature. As we get older, we lose muscle, tend to lose muscle. And then, of course, that's where the flabby skin come from and things of that nature, the bat wings and all that other stuff. I wish for me, I have bat wings, and some people just going to get them regardless. That's just how, their bodies are made. But I wish I started strength training day one. I didn't know anything about, I need to strength train. I just knew about get yourself up and start walking and doing some aerobics. Make sure you do it at least 150 minutes a day. I'm sorry, not a day, 150 minutes a week. That's what I've always been told. But if I would have known then what I know now, I would have been strength training a long time ago. And maybe I wouldn't have had these bat wings that I do not adore. All right, so Journey says, low carb queen, isn't it crazy how different everyone is? It is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But beautiful at the same time. Beautiful at the same time. God made us all different. He made us in the likeness of his image, but he still made us different. And that's awesome. Mia says, we all don't get a choice, sadly. That's true. That's true. That's so true. Yep. And I'm happy now we're advocating more, and they do understand more that everybody don't have to titrate up so fast. So more and more doctors are realizing that, the powers to be are realizing that, and they're allowing some of us more to stay on that, that lower dose. Especially if you're losing the weight, and things of that nature, you're having a lot of side effects. They say it's not good to go up if you're having a lot of side effects. That's another thing, because what they if you having a lot of side effects, then you may wind up having more side effects, even more. And you don't want that either. Journey says, yes, I've heard that happening to people. Yes. All right. Queen says, yes, Journey of Life. Queen says, just because a person titrates up does not mean they have food noise. That's so true too. Thank you, Queen, for that. Doesn't mean you have, you titrate like me. Like I said, I don't really think I actually suffer with food noise. I do have cravings, but I don't think it's food noise, like in the sense of what I, read to y'all, the definition I read to y'all. But I do, need to, I need to titrate up from the 2.5 to the 5, and then the 5 to the 7.5. It helped me with my A1C, get it down, to back to the normal range. The medication was already built, initially for people with diabetes. But then they found out there was another component that helps with weight loss, right? And so that's why they, made Zepbound. Yep. As well as, with Wegovy if you're on the semaglutide side. So yeah, that is so true. Thank you, Queen, for that. Shana says, hi, Queen. Mill says, I'm making the comparison on myself, not to anyone else here. 2.5 was less than 5. 2.5 was on less time. She was on 2.5 less than she was on 15. I think is what she's saying. Will be by the time my quest is over. Gotcha. I gotcha. All right. So Queen says, yes, Mia. All right. Felicia says, that's a good way to explain food noise. Theoretically, my car's tank was full of gas, but my car kept blinking. That was gas. That meant the gas was low, is what she's saying. Does that make sense? Yes. So she's saying, good way to explain her food noise. Theoretically, the car needs a full tank of gas, right? But her car, gas light was blinking. Boop, 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 boop. Or she saw that little orange light saying, you need to, you full. I mean, I'm sorry, you empty, right? Yeah. Gas was getting low. So yeah, I got you. All right, Mill says, I just didn't want anybody to think I was being disrespectful to them. Of course. Not at all. Not over here on the Sweet Life Squad. No, we're not. We're not disrespectful here. We love one another. We're going to, like I said, just give suggestions to one another of things that we may have had to go through and, without through our journey, things that we've, heard about, just to kind of give a suggestion. And then you choose what you need to do, for yourself. What after you talk to your doctor, your dietitians and everything, see what you need to do for yourself. Because even though the doctor may say something, you still got to, you can determine what you need to do. What serves you best because you live with you every single day. So yes, Mia. Yep. I love you, Kim J. I love you, sweetheart. Yes, I do. And to Felicia as well. You're gonna have to share her. I do. I will. I do. I do. Yep. Felicia says, "Oh, of course, Queen. Look, all of us loves, love, 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 love. Yes." All right. Journey says that's a good one, Felicia. Yep. So exactly, Shawnee says everyone is different. So many variables involved that causes one to lose or gain weight. Yes. Awesome. Thank you, Shawnee, for that. Pamela says I am. Journey says, hey, Shiny, how is 7.5 treating you? So grateful, Mia. Thank you for adding to giving the information and knowledge that you have learned, right, from experience. And, you know, Mia also, is very good. She's a content creator supporter, and she, be in these YouTube streets, learning different things from different people. And then, she share them as she, learns them. And we thank you for that, Mia. Sweetheart, such a supporter. Yes. Shani says, feeling a little better today, Journey. Thanks for asking. It was a rough weekend. Happy you feeling better, Shani. Thank you, Lord, for that. Payment says, if anyone is in the so-called area, I saw that they may see the northern lights tonight. Okay. All right, thank you, Pammy, for that. Mia says, just like me, first half my journey, I smoked cigs when I wanted to eat. Now I'm learning to deal with myself not smoking. It's all different, but I have to figure it out. So I definitely don't have all the answers. No, none of us have the answers. God has the answers. Period. We don't have all the answers, right? We have some answers. You know, it's the body was made complex, okay, and it's going to take time to figure things out. So you try things and you find out it may not work, so you try something else. Or you try something and it works, so you stay there. That's all it's about. Should you or should you not? you know have all the answers. Okay, I read that. All right, so Pammy says, off topic, sorry, but just in case, I've always wanted to see those lights. We got you, honey. We understand where you're coming from, boo. Yes, and thank you for letting us know that. For those who are in really on the California time, Pammy says, y'all, I can't take ibuprofen either. Oh, ibuprofen either. Mine due to have gastric bypass pouch. Okay, it causes pain and ulcers. Yes, it's really hard on the kidneys for me, so that's why they don't want me to take it. As soon as I went to that nephrologist, honey, the kidney doctor, they were like, "Don't take any more ibuprofen," which is like, say, for instance, Advil or Motrin. Those are ibuprofen, right? So yeah. Now I can't say every blue moon I just might take one because I was taking it before I realized they said you shouldn't take it, and it had never done anything to me. So if nothing else works, like that Tylenol doesn't work, then I may go ahead and pop an ibuprofen in. I just do the one versus the two that they say you can have. I do, I do, I do. Because I got to get this pain off of me or what have you, especially when his knees start acting up or whatever. All right, so Pammy says, that's so great, Mia, that you are finding ways to conquer it without smoking. Awesome. Yes. I didn't give you your atta girl. But I know you know I love you. You know I'm rooting for you, Mia. Yes, and I'm rooting for all of y'all. I'm gonna end tonight's live, and then we'll come again tomorrow, um, hot and heavy with the subject. And so I'll probably skip through some of the haze to everybody or whatever, so I can kind of get through it tomorrow. To talk, make sure we're talking, through the subject or whatever, and then I'll jump in the chat and kind of go from there. Y'all have a great night. I love you all. I really thank you and appreciate you all, for being here with me as long as we have tonight. I thank you. It looks like my screen is glitching, but yes, I really appreciate you all. I love each and every one of you. Again, no shame, no judgment here. Okay. I'm just a girl just trying to, help you out like I can, encourage you like I can, or what, as much as I can or whatever. Some people don't know how to look up stuff, on the internet, because there's so much stuff that's out there, what have you. And I try to use, some things that my, that the college taught me when I was in college, and, of course, in grade school, on how to look up stuff. And just, hey, I'm here to talk about it with you, not to try to tell you got to do it. I'm not your coach. I'm not your mama. I'm not your dietitian, your doctor. I'm not a healthcare professional at all. I'm over here just learning like y'all learning, and I want to talk about it to you all because I want to make sure that, you are making better decisions for yourselves, because I really do care about each and every one of you. Each and every one of you. I want all of you to succeed, all of us to succeed. I love you with the love of the Lord, and I want to say good night to you all. I hope all hearts and minds are clear. I hope you all feel this, me saying this, getting it out of love, because that's where it's coming from, a place of love, or whatever. And so tomorrow night, love you. Peace. Oh Lord, is it more? Oh Jesus. I'm sorry. Hold on. Take the piece back. Wait a minute. Oh Lord. I think it's more. I thought I was down to the end. Oh Lord. Okay. Journey says thanks. That's good, Miss Shawnee. I'm glad. I gotta put the kids to sleep. Everybody, good night. Have the rest of the good night, Journey. Mia says, Pammy, see those lights are so beautiful. On vacation in Michigan, I saw them. Awesome. Good night, Journey. Good night, Mia says. Shani says it's filtered through the kidneys, so it's just not good to take because it's making your kidneys have to work more. Yes, thank you, Shiny. Thank you for that. Pammy is like, yay, for her lights. I hope you enjoy it, Pammy. I really do. Shiny says, good night, everyone. So I missed a lot. Just got in. All love. Mia says, yes, all love. Mia says, night, Shiny. Glad you came. Pam says, oh, wow, Mia. Yes, I have never seen them, and I'm not in Orange County, Los Angeles tonight to see them either. Oh, sorry to hear that, Mia, but she did let us know, whoever is in that city. Mia says, oh, I hope you can someday. Right. We appreciate you, Kim. I appreciate you, sweetheart. I really do. All right. Thank you for that. Pammy says, yes, thank you. And then Mia says, love you, Kimmy J. Thank you. Love you. Love you. And then Latanya Me says, hey, Kim. Hello, honey. How you doing? So we're about to, end this live. We've been on here 2 hours and 38 minutes. Thank y'all for staying. For those who were able to come in at any moment of this live, I really do appreciate you. I love you. I thank you all for helping me get to the first monetization. Again, I'm going to just say that to you, the 500 subscribers and the 3,000 watch hours. So I have put my application in so that I can, become a part of the YouTube partner program. And then now I am, since I reached that goal, I'm trying to now reach 1,000 subs, 4,000 watch hours. And I would love to reach it within this next couple of days, through Saturday. It would be nice if you all want to make, play my playlist. I do have several on there. I would greatly appreciate it if you don't feel that robbery for you, because that's another thing that you have to, do. But if y'all want to help me out, help a girl out, then y'all can do that. I'll greatly appreciate it. If not, that's okay too. That's okay too. If you can look at this replay, if you came in late, I greatly appreciate it. I greatly appreciate everything that you've done for me, everything that you're doing. And I thank you for rocking with your girl, Kim J. Yes. And I thank y'all for trying to live y'all sweet, healthy life, just so I am. All right. Good night, y'all. Good night. Good night. Okay, Pammy, can you look? Creatine? No, I can't do creatine for me. Can't do it. Mm-mm. Some people can. I'm choosing not to. Let me say that. When you have CKD, kidney disease, some people can, you know, um, responsibly do it as long as they're in the care of a physician. But some people choose not to. I've heard, if it's mixed, I've heard mixed reviews about it or whatever, mixed things about it. But yes, we have to be very careful because our kidneys, it's hard for it to be filtered through those kidneys. So we definitely got to be careful. All right. So just wanted to say that to you. All right. Good night, y'all. Latanya said, hey to everybody. Oh, I hate that you missed it, Latanya. All right. Hearts and minds are clear. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. Because I need to eat. I need to finish eating. All right. Love you. Peace.